your motherfucking mics. All right. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Let's give it two. I know we're live. Damn, that light just flickered.
I know. I like.
They know.
Right. This is literally some fucking, what is that shit? Ouija board shit.
I have stories for that. No, I'm kidding.
I
I don't have stories for the Ouija
I
board.
don't want to talk
You all
about
fucked with the Ouija board?
that. No, that's so scary.
No, I
My
don't.
mom
Like.
wouldn't even allow us to mention the word. I didn't even know what one was for the longest
Right.
time.
So
I thought
before.
it was a sex thing. When I first started Ouija, Mom's like, don't ever say that. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like
Alright.
trying to look it up like if I was bad now. She's just like too scared. She's so scared of anything that's like psychics.
Yeah.
Or anything that's like not just Jesus.
Yeah.
Freaks her the fuck out.
We weren't allowed to like go to. I think in our religion, it's like
We're live?
not allowed.
Yeah, we're live though. I'm like,
Okay.
let me
Oh,
do
we're
the,
live?
let me do the intro. Let me do the
Oh,
yo.
shit, okay.
Oh shit.
What's good, everybody? It's your boy Scrappy Flako, the realest about in the body. We're doing another episode of Muy Chingón on the podcast. It's facing my face right now. I got my guest right here. Grip, get it, Sahaar. What's going on, guys? How y'all doing? Introduce yourselves.
Hey, what's going on? It's your boy G. All right, so you saw the thumbnail. I say, oh wait, yeah, let's skip the pleasantries. All right,
Yeah.
are aliens real?
Yes.
Yes.
100%.
Without
Yes.
a doubt.
You think without a doubt?
Without a
Without
doubt,
a
yes.
doubt.
I want to say I feel like without a doubt, but there's a part of me where I'm probably just like I feel like I'm like an overly logical asshole. Like, you know what I mean? How people get
Nah,
like that.
I
there's
feel
a part-
like if you don't believe in aliens, I feel like you're stupid. Like I
Yeah,
feel like
I feel like I
I feel
believe
like
in
it's
aliens,
stupid not to believe in them.
and my money's on aliens. But like, I don't think scientists are stupid when they say like aliens aren't real if they like because there's no evidence of it or some shit. You could
so
say
what?
that.
But there's been kind of evidence though. I think there's been proven evidence. You know, like what was that? What was that one thing about? They made a movie about this,
Here's
like
what
Battle
I
in Los
think-
Angeles or some shit like that.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, here's what I think. I think for sure there's aliens, and if there's for sure aliens, it's not like they have to know about us.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think this universe is like so fucking big. It is not hard to believe that I think it's stupid to believe that Earth is the only like habitable place.
Well, so,
in
like-
the
Yeah.
entire universe.
There's like a certain amount, and it's pretty big that we know is like the known universe.
Yeah.
And there's like theories on what's beyond there. They're like,
Yeah.
does it end? Is it like a box? Like,
Yeah.
does it go forever? How is that possible? Like, there's all these different ideas.
Yeah.
If you ever read into the Big Bang Theory, it's like, what the fuck? This sounds like someone high wrote this, but it's
Yeah.
like that's the leading.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes sense with all the other shit.
Yeah.
So in the known universe, like we don't have anything that was like, you know, when they thought they found water on Mars and shit
Yeah.
like that. Like we don't have anything where we're gonna be like, yes, you can read in the science book. This is when we confirmed there's life elsewhere. So at the very least, I think it's true that probably life, as we come to think of it, is probably super rare.
Yeah.
I mean, if we
Yeah,
can't see
oh,
it
yeah.
before, we have no idea how big it is. So I feel like if there's other things, there might not even be that many other like types of life. It might not
Yeah.
be like Men in Black, where there's like, yeah, bro,
Men in
there's like
Black.
20 million aliens. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And there's all these different kinds. There might be like 3 or 4 other
What's
types
good,
of
Fob?
aliens or some shit.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah.
Fab, we're talking about, hey, in the comment, everybody that's in there, tell us if you think aliens are real and why or why not. That's what we're talking about right now.
Yeah. But no, well, I was gonna say like there was like literally a recent article. I think it was Planet Venus that like they found life on there or something like that. But I didn't read it because I was like, you know, like,
I did see that shit on Venus, but I was like, bro, how the fuck? I remember when I was a kid and they teach you about all the planets and like they're trying to teach you like smart shit about them, but I'm like, which one's my favorite? You know what I mean? Like, and I always thought Venus was cool because everybody picks Mars, so or like Jupiter or Saturn. I felt like,
Or
and I was
Pluto.
like,
No one remembers Pluto.
Pluto's
Yeah.
not even a planet though.
Yeah, it is.
It is,
in my
though.
heart.
In my heart too. I was mad when they took it off low
Yeah.
key, but it did get sunned and it's officially not a planet.
Yeah.
Bitch.
It's like a big ass comet.
That's
Like,
stupid.
They gassed it up. And then fucking,
They got it. Yeah, true.
They was a planet for like they taught people that for like 25 years.
Remember like the
Yeah.
meme too? It was like your mom said I was big enough or whatever. Like the picture of Planet Pluto. Yeah.
I've never seen that. That's
Yeah.
funny.
Oh, okay.
What was it? Fob said the expansion of the universe is actually increasing more rapidly than before. So theoretically, the universe is still expanding.
Yeah, that's like the going theory with all the shit that they know. I was watching a video like that, and every time I watch a video like that, I'm always like, damn, am I weird for watching this? Because who the fuck cares about this? But I was watching a video just like trying to explain the theory, Einstein's theory of relativity to me, and I felt like I understood it, but I could not re-explain it to you. Like it is so, and it's one of those things where it's like it's so smart, but it seems like random ass nonsense.
Yeah.
Like if a guy was going this fast and a guy was going this fast, their watches wouldn't go at the same time, and the events wouldn't occur to you randomly. And somehow through that, you prove that there's like different realities where other shit exists. I think the alien's probably interdimensional, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand just because like, what was that one movie I saw? I think it was like The Fourth Kind. I think that was one movie where like.
Bro, that movie scared the shit out of me.
Yeah, I saw it when I was a kid too. It scared the shit.
I saw that shit when I was like 18, and they needed to put a fucking thing like, you know, on Facebook they're like, warning, if you want to see this post, it's bullshit. They should have, because they made that movie seem real.
Yeah.
And it took a while. Like, the internet wasn't as developed yet for me to find out it wasn't real. And I looked up right after it wasn't real, and I couldn't find anything because they said that town got invaded. You saw it, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
No.
Bro, so this movie starts out with like a black screen with like words on it. Like, you know, a movie's like based on true story. Yeah, and it says it's like based on a true story. And it tells like this scary ass narrative of this lady getting abducted by aliens, but she doesn't know. She thinks she's having bad dreams.
Yeah.
And then they like prove it. And then they said like in this town there were like 400 cases, but the FBI always investigated but never did anything. And it's because the FBI knew the aliens and all this shit. After I watched that shit, I was convinced. I was like, bro, the aliens are just fucking up this town in Alaska and no one's doing anything. Like, I was so scared. I'm like, who said they won't do that to us next? Like, I believe that they should have put a thing at the beginning of it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I think they did put like on the trailers like, oh, based on a true story, some shit. You know, like every trailer does that.
They did.
I don't know.
They
Like,
put based on a true story, so that shit seemed real, or based on like real events or some shit like that.
It was a fucking weird ass movie, but yeah, that shit like made me believe in aliens. But then like that's when I started getting to, like that whole like, oh, aliens caught on tape shit. You know, like you ever see those montages and shit?
Do you think that whole thing? Do you think it's aliens? Like aliens have been here and like influenced people, or like one day they're gonna pull up, or like
I feel like one day they're gonna. Oh no, actually no. I feel like yeah, they did. They were already here before. Now they don't fuck with us.
I
now
feel like they're involved, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think it like goes like that far. I just think like there has to be another planet.
Do you think they told Trump
where
about
like,
the aliens?
What?
Like, they have to tell him he's the president, right? You know, like, seriously, like, when you become... Okay, so if there's aliens, I think for sure, like, our government knows about him and has probably made at least some forms of contact.
Yeah.
How strong or whatever that is, I don't know. I guarantee... They gotta be... They're hiding something, right? Like, everybody knows... Well, because they acknowledge those UFO sightings. Do you know what I'm talking about?
When it was quote unquote leaked, I'm like, bro, I've been
everybody
seeing shit
knew,
like
and they finally confirmed, like, yeah, it's UFO activity. I didn't know what it was. And like they had like one of the pilots on there, and Joe Rogan, he was talking about exactly what he saw on the plane because he saw a UFO, and it was like all in all these videos, and he talked about how it moved in ways that were like, there's no way something physically could move like that. He's like, I've never seen anything like that on a radar. It was like, it went from like here to here in like 1 second, and like didn't generate any heat, and like the physics of it were crazy. So the government acknowledged, like, okay, we admit that we don't think that was like Russians or some shit.
Really?
It might be something. They're like, we don't know what it is. It's UFO, basically, is what they said. Like, they didn't say aliens are real. Yeah. But they admitted that, like, they had to. There's this guy, me and Finny watched this whole documentary on Netflix called Bob Lazar. Have either of you guys ever heard of his shit?
I've heard the name.
The documentary was pretty big. In the 80s, he was the guy that revealed the Area 51 as a place. He worked there. But before, he called it S4 all the time. But, like, he was the first person that said shit was going on over here. He was like hired by the government through like a secret company, so where he had to sign all this shit saying he would never talk about it and shit. And he said the government had like 6 UFOs, and he worked on one of them. And what he did there, this is what like so he said that he worked, and the government tries to deny him and everything, but they keep finding all these things, and like a couple people near him have been killed. The story's pretty crazy, and the guy doesn't. The thing that made me believe it is the guy doesn't seem like he's like full of shit. Like he's
insane.
He's not like in it for the fame, clearly. Like he's very much like it's actually kind of sad. Like he's a really good physicist. That's why the government hired him. He understood how engines and shit work. He said he's like, I'm pretty sure they fed me disinformation. Like everybody's obsessed with the aliens, and he doesn't really know. He's like, I've never seen an alien. I've never done it. I just know that the government has like 6 spacecraft, and most of them are recovered. I don't know which ones are, if the one I won was, but meaning like they're like artifacts. They found them. They don't know how old they are, but he knows some of them are really old. But he also he knows that people were fed different info because they would like hire people through companies, and then they work on like different teams. So he didn't even get to see, like, he got to go around the whole ship and everything, but he was hired to understand the propulsion system. So there was like a different guy that he didn't get to talk to that worked on like the weapons and all these different things on it.
Makes sense.
He said the propulsion system was anti-gravity. There's nothing like it in existence. And he's like, it's really like you try to read and you can't go any further and shit like that. And the idea is it uses it to propel itself. So it's like imaginable what you can do with it. You could travel around the world in a second and do all this crazy shit. So it ran off some element that at the time wasn't on the periodic table of elements because it like hadn't been discovered yet. It was like element 115. That's what I think it was. And then it actually did get invented after, because it used to, they were saying it for the first time, it's like it's not theoretically possible for that one to exist. We don't know until we make it. But so now it is a real thing. But it ran off that. And that's what he knows. Like, basically, it goes into, like, this is what I saw when I was there. He talks about what the ship looked like, and, like, he doesn't know where it was found, but he could talk about the material it was made of a little bit and shit. He said that the alien, the seat was, like, small, the seat for the driver.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah. That's a... He said...
aliens are short kings. If you're short, you're an alien. Boom, you're a short king.
I think the aliens probably look like the way all the drawings are. Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, like how they're
like a little green man.
Mm-hmm.
There's for sure got to be little green men. There's no way, or gray maybe, but you know what I mean with the big eyes.
And the big head.
I think for sure there might be other types of aliens. Like
It's gotta be based off of something, right?
right.
I mean, one thing for sure, they're definitely smarter than us. They're way definitely smarter than us, and they look at us like fucking monkeys. You know?
Have you think about like how their heads are all big? So like if you look at like us versus the animals we evolved from, like it's not necessarily always true, but rule of thumb, like our head size to like our body size, like the thing we came from before, like monkeys and shit, primates, like they were like stronger and more built for like wildlife, and then they had less frontal lobes, so our heads got bigger. Yeah. And the aliens' heads are even bigger, and their bodies are even smaller. So it almost seems like they're like the next level of evolution.
That would make sense.
I mean, we could go down that road because, like, I don't know if you've been seeing this, but, like, basically, people saying, like, men aren't as men anymore. They're not as manly.
Yeah, people always say that shit.
Yeah, they're like, getting, like, that kind of feminine body-ish, you know? Because, like, I've been seeing, like, just comparisons, like, men in 2020, they're, like, more like femboy. Like, you know, they don't really have that much.
I feel like they just do those in juxtapositions and shit, though.
But I'm like, you know what, babe? What if this is, like, the next evolution of humankind? Like, what if...
I think it is.
Yeah?
I think it is for sure. I think whether people like it or not, in our lifetime, I don't know if it'll be like we like lay back and jump in the Matrix or however the fuck it is, but we'll access like cybernetic reality or whatever the fuck. For sure, whatever the next step is, we'll see it.
Oh yeah, I think so. I mean,
it's probably a chip in your brain, right? It's probably everybody's just gonna get a brain chip.
People are putting chips in their bodies right now,
right?
So it's not far off.
True. Are you guys ever gonna do that though? Like, do you think there's even a way to like get away from that shit?
Look, I'll say
or
no
you think
right now.
Be such a norm
like if they said it tomorrow, like fuck no, I'm not gonna get the one tomorrow. But
no, I would wait
in my lifetime.
In like 10 years or something.
Wait a little bit, but yeah, I'd be down
because
for
I
it.
guarantee you, like people say, you know what, people it would have been crazy like 25 years ago, and like, do you think you'll online shop? Oh fuck, that sounds crazy. No, never. People didn't. So it's like, will you not jump into? I'm like, I don't know, bro. I'm kind of in my phone all day, and that's kind of like being somewhere else. Yeah. Like I'll be in there, and it's like I'm doing shit the whole time.
That's how I feel about VR, because I'm like, I look at that shit, I'm like, oh, it's cool, but not for me. I'm not gonna buy a whole ass headset or like make a room, designed for it. I'm just gonna keep playing old school shit how I always play with the controller, you know?
Right.
But this whole like Matrix shit, I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I mean, even if we are in one right now,
I don't want that. Yeah. I'll tell you that right now. Like, it's not necessarily what I want, but I think it's stupid to like, I don't know, bro. You can't bitch about like change. That's just for sure.
Mm-hmm. Especially change about technology. Technology is constantly changing.
Yeah. Right. Like driverless cars, that's gonna happen first.
Oh yeah.
And it's like for sure it'll happen. Like people are like, how? And like I'm sure there'll be some people that want to drive. You know, probably happen. They'll get way more accidents than the robots. Yeah. And people want to ban it. Like.
But have you seen that video of like that one like robot dog in the streets?
Oh, yeah, I did see that. That shit's creepy as fuck.
There's like a robot dog like going around the streets. Like it was like a girl caught on Twitter, and she's like, "Oh my god, guys, look!" And it's just like a robot dog that looks at her and then just runs away.
Yeah, that's the company that makes like the robots for the government, and they're like super like they move like people.
You seriously haven't seen it?
No, I haven't.
I'm about to pull this bitch up.
Pull that video up.
Right.
Yeah. Scrappy's about to pull it up. What is that robot dog called? There's a name of the company that makes that shit.
Yeah, like I've been seeing this company like do videos like
they make shit for they make like shit that's gonna like have a gun on its head and shoot like a bunch of fucking.
I haven't seen that kind of shit yet.
Yeah. It's low key evil. It's like made by like Raytheon or something.
And like they're basically building Terminators because like they're doing human interactions, but they're all clunky as fuck, you know. But like give it like 10 more years or some shit,
bro.
And they'll Yeah, I'm about to pull up for the stream. About to pull this up. Let me switch up the camera.
Is that a dog?
Yeah, that's a robot dog. Yeah, no, you gotta like.
Watch how it moves.
Yeah, like they just look at it and they're just like, oh, look, it's a fucking dog.
It's crazy if you like push it or something, it like moves like a living thing, like it responds.
Yeah.
What is it doing?
It's
patrolling.
I don't. Yeah, probably patrolling.
It should
like
be in its fucking charger if it's not with the person. That's my feeling on it.
Maybe it's solar power too, but
Do you think it'll be like iRobot? Because I would probably abuse my robot.
Yo, iRobot. That shit scares me.
Yeah.
Think of it like that.
And then the robots realize that they need to tell us to shut the fuck up.
Yep.
I think that with AI, bro, I think AI kind of freaks me out.
yeah, AI don't. The AI definitely
And
freaks me
AI
out.
is coming for sure. That's probably the scariest thing to me is AI.
Because like another thing too is that like, as much as like I joke about it, like sex robots, like that could
Bro.
low key change everyone's
Are they
relationship.
not
Sex robots
Yeah.
would change the world because it would give like, I feel like, man, how do you put it? Like,
Where's the White Claws, by the way?
if you
In the
really,
fridge.
Okay, thank you.
if you really look at this shit, see, I don't want to veer too
In the
far away
bag.
from aliens and ghosts, but I really feel like sex robots will like completely change like.
Are sex robots not a thing right now? I thought they
No,
were.
there's like weird dolls.
Dolls?
But wait, tell me that you don't think if technology allowed for it, that like, there would be a lot of men that I think went to sex robots. Basically, what I'm getting at.
Oh, there are.
Low-key, I might.
I feel like there are.
I feel like
I feel
there'd
like
be-
anyone that's
if
into
the
sex
robots were,
dolls
like-
would like be like, oh, next step is a sex robot.
If the robots could like respond to you and have like a good AI.
Not in the back, in the bag, in the brown bag, or in the plastic bag.
There's like 5 plastic bags.
Oh, the brown plastic bag.
Oh, where'd you put it? Middle
Bottom.
What?
Bottom shelf.
Bottom shelf?
Not in the drawer on the shelf.
terrible looking at this. Can you help?
Oh my god! I was like, I know he's gonna ask. What was I saying about sex robots though?
That they're a thing.
No, but no, I feel what you're saying. That you're saying no. I think they are. Yeah, there's a thing for the dolls right now, but that's still like weird. Like I couldn't be friends with someone that was like.
Right in front of you.
Oh.
So, no, I just think that there's a lot of men that instead of choosing to like get into a relationship and have a normal like and live a life like that, they would be like, you know what, I'm gonna go in like $28,000. You know what I mean? Take out a loan like a car and get like a super hyper realistic like one that like, you know what I mean? And then it's like. You know, you can upgrade it every few years if they get better and it keeps the same personality. There would be guys that there would be a huge market for it in like higher end countries. Like you'd see it in Japan or in all those.
Definitely Japan, bro.
100%.
Definitely Japan, because Japan is on like the whole. They've been on like this
In
whole.
the UK, they've been fighting it. In the UK, it's like their public crisis. They're like, guys are fucking being with sex dolls and they want to get married to them, and it's gonna be the next thing that a lot of. I'm like, low-key, I do think a lot of guys. If it became like, and then if everybody had them, it would become like a huge thing. People would be outraged about it. All the religions would be against it, and people would be also be fighting to be like, why can't that legally be my wife? Like you know, and shit like that.
That's how it's crazy how you bring that up, because I'm like, I can see that shit. Like I'm just, like the whole like be my wife robot type shit. But then, like,
I couldn't do it, but I'm just from a different generation, so I don't know. I look at it like, could I do it? I think it's right or wrong. I think like, damn. So like a lot less people probably still be being born eventually.
Yeah.
I mean, we're
think if
overpopulating
these, like,
though.
Things get higher end. Like that's what we talked about evolving with aliens. Where I'm like, I feel like the aliens, they probably see us and they're like a way advanced level. So they're not like fighting about politics and shit like the way like we are.
Yeah.
They probably all think more alike and they like don't have this. It doesn't seem like they have a culture or anything. You just see them in these little aliens running around. So fucking, I don't know how else to say it.
Would you guys fuck an alien?
No.
Do you want to fuck an alien?
I
mean, you have a girlfriend. I'm not
but
gonna hold
okay,
this
say
against
it's
you.
Girlfriend, like I obviously know because of that, but but just basis on the terms of it.
Yeah.
I don't know, bro. I gotta see the aliens. Like, a lot of people. Hey, there's a lot of alien movies where the aliens were hot.
Yeah.
A lot of people would fuck a lot of different Star Wars aliens.
Bro, have you seen Splice?
No.
Don't watch it. Actually, don't watch it. Don't watch it though. Like, don't watch it because like you'll get grossed out. But like you know where it goes. I mean, spoilers.
No, I don't. Like, you know where it goes. What are you talking
Yeah, what do you mean? Like, what are we talking about right now?
I thought you said it was gonna have hot aliens, but now you're like, don't watch it.
It's not exactly.
gross.
I wouldn't say it hot. No, she's not. It's not even that hot. It's cool. I mean, like.
No, because that's why I told you to get freaked out with the tentacle rape in the hentai episode 1.
So what?
And that the tentacle thing freaks me out with the hentai. I get the drawings are good, you know what I mean? But
I don't even know what hentai is.
it's just porn, but anime.
Yeah,
That's
porn.
what I thought, but I haven't like.
I put it in the chat.
We talk about taboo topics. So
Yeah,
we were talking about hentai.
But I don't know, like, I haven't seen.
You haven't seen it?
I mean, have
No.
you just seen Dragon Ball Z?
Yeah.
Have you ever been on Pornhub?
Yeah.
Okay, it's like that.
Is it the
together.
same? Okay.
Yeah, it's literally that.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like it's like watching your anime, but the sex scenes are actual sex scenes now, instead of hand holding and calling them senpai.
Yeah, exactly. So Fucking
aliens.
Aliens, bro. I'm telling you, the aliens probably are like that. They don't even like have to have kids, and they probably live for like 200 years, and they're way more smarter and shit. And
they literally manifest it.
Like, yeah, they just exactly. They like do shit like that. Like that's why they have giant brains and little bodies, because they like live mostly in the brain world. It's the most important thing for them.
And they just manifest anything and everything.
I feel like, but that's what aliens.
That.
I'm about that.
like they're like what those guys that get you to believe in yourself. They're like, you have the spirit inside you. Like they like really understand that. Like that's all
yeah, like they look at you like this motherfucker's spitting.
They're just like.
I mean, low key. I mean, I might. It'd be like, yo, like, what y'all do? Like,
do you think aliens and ghosts are related?
What?
Well, I want to get into ghosts though. Are aliens ghosts related? Do you think in any way?
Nah.
No, you think they're ghosts of aliens?
They're two different things. Ghosts
are ghosts aliens?
Maybe they got big brains.
Can animals have ghosts?
Do aliens go to heaven?
Yeah.
Animals can't have ghosts for sure?
I think so.
Do you think animals can have ghosts? I never heard of an animal ghost.
I've never heard that either.
I think so.
You think so?
I could imagine like I don't know, man. I don't feel like I've ever had an experience with a ghost, and people that have, I don't get how you're supposed to just chill with everything. Because I'd be freaked the fuck out if there was like...
I mean, like, you get over it, for sure. Like, I mean...
I feel like there could be ghosts here right the fuck now.
There could be. That light has been flickering this entire time.
Yeah.
And I don't think you guys have... I've been watching it.
I mean, it's probably the outlet, because, like, it wasn't flickering once I plugged it in.
It's a ghost.
No, it wasn't flickering. It wasn't flickering once I plugged it in. I was like, all right, well...
to confirm it. I just saw that.
It's flickering again. But yeah, no, that light wasn't flickering when I plugged it in, so...
That's you
what I'm
brought
saying.
that into my house, Scrappy. You better take it with you.
That's what I'm saying. If it wasn't flickering when you started it, and it's flickering now...
I think it's related. Do you think maybe... I don't know. I've never really actually had a ghost experience. My great-grandpa used to tell me ghost stories when he was little, and he was in World War II, and he had a glass eye and would pop out and shit and show it to us and freak us out, and he'd tell me ghost stories and shit.
What the fuck?
I believe that.
Yeah, and he told me some freaky ones, but I don't know. They didn't... He showed me that he went to a castle, like, in England in, like, the war or some shit, and there's, like, a room at the bottom that was locked forever. I don't remember. I'm probably fucking up the story. This is how I remember it. You know what I mean? And he said, like, you put your ear to the door, and, like, there was a guy in there playing cards with the devil forever, and he, like, heard it through the door. But I'm like, what's the back? Like, why does that exist? Like, how come the guy that owns it hasn't been like, open up the door?
That door,
you know what I mean?
is the only door that leads to the
Why
devil?
is he playing with the devil to begin with?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, there was a story to why. I don't remember what it was. It was like in the 18... Like, I think he told me some shit that there was like a legend of it.
Yeah.
And I remember that, and it freaked me the fuck out. And I was like, always listening to doors and shit. Like,
I've never been to like any of those kind of like there's where like someone died and like played with the devil or whatever. I've never been to like any of those situations. For me, like currently right now, two of my brothers been saying like, yo, my dog just been getting up and like looking at the hallway and then barking a little bit. And then,
oh, I hate when my dog does that.
Because animals are like really sensitive to that shit.
Yes.
They're actually really sensitive to like spiritual shit. And
I believe that.
And like, that's always weird too. Because like that's happened to me too. One time, like I was completely home alone and like. This time I told the dog to come with me, but she just got up and was like just fucking randomly barking at the door, and she went downstairs and like chased someone. I was like, what the fuck? And like I saw no one, didn't see anything, but I was like, what the fuck is going on? But that's what happened to me recently. But animals can definitely sense like some spirits and shit.
I feel like that because sometimes when my dog's like staring like there's somebody right there, and I'm just like oh,
way
shit.
too intensely.
Right.
Yeah.
My dog did that one time, or my old dog. I remember I was like sitting at my parents' house, and it was just me and my old dog, and they had like a giant glass window like that, and out of nowhere he runs to the door and just starts barking into the dead night.
The fuck?
It was like pitch black, just starts barking out of nowhere. I like tried to go look and I couldn't see anything, and I just grabbed him and I ran upstairs. I was like, I'm not dealing with this.
What the
yeah,
fuck?
fuck that. No, man. Fucking I don't know. I feel like that in kids too, because kids say freaky shit sometimes.
Yeah, kids do say freaky shit.
Like
I've seen so many videos of that kind of shit. Like,
yeah.
One of my favorite, like, no, not favorite one, but like one of the most like I think famous one is like, there's like these two girls. They're like playing. They're like a play dinner table and stuff like that. And then one of them is like looking at like this kind of hallway behind her, and she like just looks back and forth. And then she's like she gets scared, and then she's like crying at her mom, and like her sister's like right in front of her, like, what the fuck you looking at? And like looks too, and she's like, there's nothing there. And like the one that was crying like goes to her mom like, oh, like there's something right there. And then like the other one like, nah, there is, like I swear. And then like she looks over there and then like sees something. Then they both start crying. And then the mom turns off the camera and like, you know, that's like the end of the story. But like shit like that really freaks me out. I remember like one of my little cousins was like that shit too. I fucking slept over at California one time, and you just tell me like we were just like I was in his room, I was sleeping on the floor, and he was on his bed, and he's like He's like, Yvonne, I'm like, what? He's like, do you believe in ghosts? I'm like, yeah, all the time, dude. Like, I see that shit. And he's like, so one time there's like, I think there's a ghost in the house because like sometimes when I get up in the morning, or no, get up in the middle of the night and I go to grab some water, there's like a black figure in the hallway. I'm like,
what the fuck?
yeah, I'm like, that's cool, dude.
No.
I'm like, that's cool. That's nice, bro. I'm like,
I'm trying to ask him more about it.
I mean, like, I was like, how long you been seeing it? I was like, for a minute. I'm like, don't worry about it, dude. Like, you'll be fine. Like, because I was like, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be okay. Because like sometimes not all spirits are evil. They're just spirits that linger around.
Yeah.
And like, and the whole house is religious too. So like, there's crosses fucking everywhere. You know, Mexican shit.
I did believe that. I was like, bro, if there's like
Uh-huh.
at least 3 crosses, like you can't touch me.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
I low-key should maybe start running across again just because I'm thinking about this. But nah, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
I haven't had a ghost experience yet. I just try not to invite the energy. I feel like that's a big part of it. Like,
Inviting the energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like low key.
That's why I was afraid to go. Have you guys heard of that app? What is the app called? It was super big on TikTok to like go to this app and you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Like it
And
was like
gives you a location.
It was like basically like a trend. I forgot what it was too.
Yeah, it's like this app and you go in and it's like asks you your intentions and it's like, do you want to see portals and vectors to another dimension?
Yeah.
Or something and something.
And
And
like,
then it brings you to a spot and then people always go there on TikTok and crazy shit would happen. Like these people pulled up to the spot.
Are
And
you seriously telling me people like got a location? We're just like, oh, I'm just gonna
a
go
random
to it.
location.
Yeah, so you make your TikTok where you pull up the location. You're like, all right, we go there, and these people did it, and they went to like the pier and like someplace, right? And there was a suitcase washed up on like the edge of it.
Yeah, that's the one
and
that
they
blew
said
up.
It stunk. Yeah, and then they fucking they got scared to open it, or they opened it or some shit, and there was body parts in it.
Yeah,
and they
but it was bagged up.
police.
Like it was in plastic bags, and like that's when they were like it smelled. Then they called the cops.
Like human body parts.
Yeah, and then that's when they found out there were body parts in there. Yeah.
And they found it from that fucking app. And that's why I've opened it up a few times, and every time I ask for a location, the location is very poignant. I'm like, damn, how did it think that? Like, it'll be like, not a place that's like a main thoroughfare, but it'll be like inside, and it'll be like, oh, that's like the courtyard of that little place.
Yeah.
Or some shit like that. And like, I pulled one up, and it was telling me to go to the school over here when it was like summer, and then I didn't do it. And then the other time it told us to pull up like right on the edge of where they started doing this construction. And I'm like, no, bro, if we go over there this late at night, something probably will be happening when we go over there. Like, someone will, like, fucking get hit by a car or some shit. I'm not trying to invite that energy. Like, I just don't want to go there. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah.
I feel like that's doing
why
shit.
I don't fuck with haunted shit. Like, I don't really do anything, but it sometimes just come to me. But I remember I've been invited to, like, those haunted hotels, like, in Sedona or Jerome. Yeah,
Jerome's
like
a big spot.
Yeah, there's,
Did you
like...
go?
What?
Did you go?
No, I didn't. Because I was like, no, bro, like, I don't want to come back and, like, bring back a demon, and then I haunt my whole family, too. You know, like, I don't want to do that shit.
Bro, fucking, I don't, I stayed at a haunted hotel.
Yeah?
I stayed at the hotel. What is it? Hotel. Shit, bro. It's like the Hotel Phoenix or some shit. It's like in downtown Phoenix. This old Monte Carlo. I think it's something like that. But anyways, bro, San Carlos.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, bro, I stayed there and fucking I was supposed to stay there with Fanny and because she was living in Buckeye and I was living in Yuma at the time, so we were long distance for a second because we dated in college first. Fucking, I went and we stayed up there and she was supposed to be over there this first night because I took some time off, but she couldn't come. So I had to stay in it alone, and we agreed because we knew it was haunted that it wouldn't be scary if we did it together. So I had to stay there alone, haunted for one fucking night, and my room had a fucking mirror on it, and it said it was on the I don't know if there's multiple ghosts, but there was at least the ghost haunted that floor. That was a girl that killed herself because she got like left on the altar or something.
Jesus fuck. Dude.
Yeah.
Everything's hard.
Nothing happened though.
Nothing happened?
Nothing happened to me.
Like you didn't get bad dreams or anything?
Yeah, I was worried that I was like gonna have like my shoe fly at me, or I was gonna see a face and I was gonna go ah,
yeah.
or some shit.
There's no way. I had to turn around and drive
The
home
whole wall
that
was a
night.
mirror, so I just slept with the lights on. I was so afraid that I was gonna like open my eyes and see some shit, and then I closed them and opened it and it was gone. That's what I kept thinking was gonna happen, but it didn't.
Nope.
You ain't got any stories?
I have some. So I used to work at a restaurant that was built on top of a mortuary, or the one with that one.
Mind if we get a hit, bro?
Thank
you, bro.
And so they built this whole like little restaurant complex on top of that. And there was one night, it was just me and 2 other people working, and super dead night. I think there were only like a couple people sitting at the bar. There was no wind. It was just a dead night. So all 3 of us were at separate corners of the restaurant, and we had this shelf in the middle of the restaurant, kind of, and that's where we had all our glassware and our glasses, and our silverware and our glasses, and we had like a stack of glasses and kind of like the middle shelf. And so there was one bartender, one server, and then I was in the kitchen. I walked out of the kitchen, and as soon as I walked out of the kitchen, 3 stacks of glasses just fell over.
What the fuck?
Just fell over. There was no wind. No one was near it. The freakiest shit I've ever seen. And then we also had like some little stories too, where like there would be no one in the bathroom, and we had those automatic paper towel dispensers.
Yeah.
So like we would like walk past the bathroom, and all of a sudden, like not go inside, we would walk past the door, and all of a sudden you'd hear like
the paper
towels dispensing, and then you go in, and then like it stops.
That's so fucking weird. What the fuck?
It was freaky. That was like the freakiest.
So you experienced some of it, and you thought there was like ghostly energy around you and shit?
Oh yeah, we knew. All of us, we knew.
Did you
there
feel
were
cold or
ghosts.
anything either? Like all those like typical symptoms or whatever? No?
You know.
That's what people like. People
Did
say
you feel
like,
like the ghost was looking at you, or it like felt worse about certain people or some shit? You know, people
Okay,
like
I
name
don't
their
know about
ghost.
any of that, but
Like
I've
sometimes
definitely
people will be
felt
like, "Oh, that's just Richie. He's the ghost. He's mad because I left the fucking soda out." Like, you know what I mean? Like, people see, I'm like, bro, if that happened, I'd fucking move. Like, I couldn't do that. I'm not gonna be like, "Oh,
I
I
only
just."
worked there for like a year. After
Damn.
that, I was like,
fuck that. You're from Yuma. Do you know Lutz Casino?
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you see the Ghost Adventures video or episode?
No, what's that? They went there?
Yeah, they went there. Like,
oh shit, I didn't know.
yeah, they apparently get haunted because like, Lutz Casino's like, up front there's like the casino restaurant thing, but in the back is like the hotel.
Right.
And apparently, like, even some of the employees were like, yeah, like I was closing one night, and then like, fucking glasses were falling down. This one crazy lady was like, one time I was going to like the hotel area, and she said she saw hands coming through the walls. She was saying some shit like that, and I was like, fuck, I want to explore that low key, but I was like, nah, I'm good. But yeah, Lutz Casino is basically haunted. That's what I've heard. Back in elementary, me and my homies did Bloody Mary and Candyman in the bathroom. We basically haunted the fuck out of that bathroom.
why? Why would you do that?
We were curious. We were just
Why
curious.
would you invite that energy though?
I totally did Bloody Mary. I didn't do Candyman because I didn't know that one, but that makes sense. We did something else too. Did you ever see on South Park when he did Biggie Smalls and
Yeah.
Biggie Smalls came back? That's hilarious. But yeah, no, I did all that shit. I don't know why that shit's so scary.
Bloody Mary?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the... I think it's the story behind it too.
I think it's because like you're looking at yourself in the mirror and you turn off the fucking lights and everything, man.
Yeah.
That shit's scary as fuck when you're a kid.
Nope.
You never did it?
No.
Not even like a
I mean,
No.
don't do it though. Like, don't do it. You know, like
I'm so
never,
scared.
never.
I'm like scared thinking about it.
Cause I do have some friends that are like kind of fucked up. Like they were kids and they're like I see her in my dreams and shit like that. And I was like, okay, dude. Like I don't get any of that, but all right. But
yeah. No, I think that was what happens when you let all these little kids read Harry Potter, bro. And then they're like, bro, when I turn this old, something magical's gonna happen.
yeah, I was always into creepy shit. Like, remember like back then, like in the library, like I was always like rent out zombie books and like how like just the zombie apocalypse happens and shit like that. Cause I was always interested in that shit. Like,
yeah, I think like people really got like into the zombie apocalypse for like a good 3 or 4, like back in like 2014 to 2016. Everybody was really like, no, I have a better plan for the zombie apocalypse, bro. You wouldn't even last.
Yeah.
Everybody was like that. Like acting like they were so prepared for it. And I don't know. I actually thought it was weak because I was like, bro, I've been prepared for the zombie apocalypse. I don't even gotta talk about
so
it.
have you guys ever done the Ouija board? Or
No.
No? Do you plan on doing it?
No.
Never. No, same here. I don't.
Never.
Because
I feel like it's bullshit. Like I'm like not even scared of it. But
I'm scared.
I wouldn't invite that like energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just don't. I think weird shit happens when you start believing in shit. I think like every time that like I've seen people that believe in some crazy shit and they got weird ass energy. I think that's where it all comes from. Cause when you start believing your Ouija board is working and you're like, yeah, it's all falling apart because I fucking did the Ouija board on you. Like,
what was it? I've seen like videos of like someone like had a Ouija board. Like they just bought it though, but they never opened it. And one time like they were hearing noise downstairs, so they got the camera out, and you can see like where the room where the Ouija board was, the Ouija board just floating out of the box.
what the fuck?
Nope.
Yeah, it was fucking floating, and then just went straight back down. And he's like, "Fuck this!" I'm like, "I'm out." And I'll be like, "I'd be the
Or in
same
the whole
thing."
house. Fuck that.
Yeah, but
You want to talk to
I
that
think
guy that just did that? Like the ghost that was holding it up? Fuck that.
there's like
Talk
so
to
many.
the
There's like
Ouija
so
board?
many stories. There's like this one story, Zozo. You ever heard of that? You never heard of the story of Zozo? Like Zozo the clown, basically like.
Nope.
No, we don't want to talk about it.
I'm so scared of
Nah,
clowns.
I'm actually getting kind of scared.
Okay.
Keep going.
I'm like so scared of
All right,
clowns.
so
What
basically,
did Zozo the Clown do?
I don't remember. I don't really know the total backstory, but basically, like, it is Zozo the Clown because, like, he did some fuck shit back then, probably. More than likely,
Alright, so he's real. What is he?
probably, like, some kind of serial killer.
I heard a noise.
There's like people over there.
I
so
know.
That's why
But no, there's like a lot of compilation videos about this kind of thing. So people are doing the Ouija board, and they're like, "Oh, what is your name?" And it'll be like ZO, and go back and forth ZO. And someone is gonna get possessed and laugh their fucking like head off, and then like probably go into a seizure. That's what usually happens.
Someone says they're Zozo and they laugh so hard they have a seizure?
Yeah, like no, they're usually like it usually goes like the typical like Ouija board experience, like, oh, like who are you? What's your name? You know, blah blah.
Bro, did you guys ever fuck with Peter Please Answers? That
No,
one?
No,
what
I
is
never-
with
what's
all the
that?
scary
Oh, that was
games?
funny though. That one's funny as shit because you can freak someone the fuck out. It's a website that I think it's still there, but it made more sense back in like when the internet was shittier and people didn't have smartphones. That's my little brother.
Let's look it up. Let's look it up.
I'm
Peter.
so scared right now.
What was it? Peter what?
Peter Please Answers. It's not even gonna be cool if you go there. What it is it's like these two text bar lines, and one says like ask the like one says like Peter Please answer, and then in the second one you write your question. But what it is if you put like a certain letter first, when you write Peter Please Answer, which you always have to write before it lets you ask your question to it, it fucking lets you write what the answer is gonna be and makes it look like you're typing Peter Please Answer. So like it's like a magic 8-ball normally. Like, so you write, Peter, please answer. Will I get laid? And then it's like, try again tomorrow. You know, whatever it is, right? But if you go in and you write your Peter, please answer, because you're like, why do I have to do this? If you put like, I think it's if you put a period first, and then it writes P on the screen. But then after that, you can type whatever you want. It looks like you type Peter, please answer. So you could type to your friend like some bullshit. Like my friend would be like, you're like, let's just try it, bro. Here, I'll type for you. Like, what's the question you want to know? And he's like, we should go out with me. And then you're like, yeah, she's gonna fall in love with you at the kitchen. You're like, what the fuck? And then it's like, ask it someone to see if it's right. And then you keep answering, right? And your friend goes, what the fuck? You would do that, and then you would just do that with your friends when you get drunk. If some of your friends hadn't heard about the website yet, we did it to my friend Eli, and he was like believing shit was true and screaming and shit.
All right, you ever see those videos where like people?
That shit was funny as fuck.
That's
in real
evil.
life.
That's evil.
Yeah, it was fun though.
You know, like sometimes I get scared to take a selfie. Sometimes, like when I'm in a dark room, because you ever see like those videos of like those people who use a Snapchat filter with a dog?
Yeah, and the shit pops up.
Yeah, and then like
Yeah.
a face cut from behind.
There's a TikTok filter that they use at those spots when they go to, and people see like spirits and shit, because the one that like randomly finds like those colors.
Yeah.
Yo, oh wait, what was I just about to ask you? Fuck.
What's up?
Ah, shit, it was so related and I forgot about it. Never
Something
mind.
about
Let's keep
ghosts,
going.
counties.
Nah, bro, it wasn't about that. It was about ghosts and shit. Fuck. I can't remember, bro. What's
Wait,
that?
you were talking about the Snapchat filter?
Yeah, like there's like one famous story too about it. Like this one dude who basically like he was, you know, again hearing noise, typical shit. Oh no, he wasn't hearing noise. In fact, he was like posting about his birds on his Snapchat story, and then someone commented, "Hey, bro, like there's someone at your window."
What the fuck?
Yeah, and they're like, "There's someone at your window," and like it's crazy because he was like, "Nah, bro, like I usually notice things like that." And like, you know, of course he's like, "Nah," like, and he put on Reddit too, like the whole like thread on it, and he's like, "Nah, bro, like what are you talking about?" And like basically he goes back to the video and he finds a spot where like he's showing off his birds because they're like in different cages in the house, and he's like, "Oh, here's this guy, here's that guy," and like as he's walking around, he's like doing a selfie. He's like, "Yo, here he is," and then like there's a window behind him, and it's like you can basically see the hands. You can see the hands like cupping over in like a face, but not the full face. Yeah, like you can see like the shape of it, not the full like detail, but you can see
There's
like
a movie called 3 Minute Baby. Have you heard of that movie? It was
Nah.
like an 80s movie. But in one of the scenes, they like left behind like a cardboard cutout of one of the characters in like a hallway. And like the actor that was really supposed to play that character like died or some shit. So they left this cardboard cutout like in a hallway like behind a door. And when they turned to see in the movie, you just see like a person standing there like that in the hallway. And everybody thought it was the other actor that died. And like everybody freaked the fuck out and thought it was for sure a ghost. The movie came out and said, no, we just left it in the hallway, but it looks scary as fuck. They take it out in new versions too.
damn, Jesus fuck. But
Bro, the light blinked when I talked about that shit.
Yeah. It's been blinking
do you
this
want me to turn off
entire
that light? Do you want me to
conversation.
turn off that light? Is that
No.
We need good lighting.
we need good lighting? All right,
The
bet.
ghosts
No,
are
I
just
get the good
confirming.
energy on my side, bro. You brought these
Yeah.
in. And it's closest to you, but also closer to you.
Fuck.
I mean,
I
like,
live alone. Why did I agree to do this?
I mean, like low key, if we were talking about bad energy, I might have it because like you know, batch has been going on nothing this year, so like.
Yeah, bro, you're
I mean-
attracting it, bro. You gotta like, I don't know. First, you need to find Jesus. Then you need to repent. Then
I mean, I stopped masturbating today.
okay. That's you probably that's good. That's you probably pissing it off because it's like no.
Yeah, I mean, like, bro,
Do it
no,
more.
actually,
Give into
today
your-
when I went to go get like something equipment from the office, there was like, you know, how I told you like all these agents were having a party in my office, and there was like, "How you doing, man?" I'm like, I'm hanging in there. He's like, you sure? Like, you sure you're good? I'm like, no, real talk. Like, I'm not doing okay, you know? Like, I'm suffering. He's like, what's going on? I'm like, well, medical bills. That's basically the main thing. Other than that, like, I'll just kind of work things out by myself. And he's like, oh, it's fine. Like, well, how big are your medical bills? I'm like, bro, like, it's a lot, you know, like, oh, 1,000 right now, but it was a lot worse. So, like, that's why I'm not really entirely sad, because I'm just like, yo, it's getting better. But he's like, what's your Venmo? I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, what's your Venmo, bro? And I just gave it to him. He gave me like $100. I'm like, bro, fucking.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I'm like, fucking thank you, dog.
That's
like,
so nice.
I know, like, I owe him. I fucking owe him. So, like, nothing, like, I'm not, maybe there's bad energy, but there's also good fighting me. So, you know, I'm like,
Okay.
I'm okay. Okay.
Yeah, my new theory is you're pissing the ghost off, so it's all right.
My theory is, if there's a demon following me, then fuck you, bitch. That's
Okay,
it.
well, don't do that. You're gonna piss it off even more.
Do you believe in like psychics and like people that can see auras and shit?
I think, yeah, I believe that shit.
I was about to say, I remember this one
I
guy.
don't know about psychics.
Oh, okay. I was say there's this one time I worked at the sunglasses place, and there's these two girls that worked in there, and one of them was pissed as fuck when I came in because this guy came over to them, and that girl was like on to crystals and shit, and like this guy came up to them, and apparently they didn't. Obviously, he must have been hot because they were tripping out about it, and he was like, "Hey, I don't know, I'm not like trying to buy anything. I just wanted to tell you your aura is beautiful."
Aw.
Or some shit, and then he like left, and the
That's
other
nice.
girl was like, "Why didn't he say anything about my aura?" And the other girl was like just saying like before that she didn't even give a fuck about that shit, and she was all like blushing and shit, and all happy that her aura was so nice.
Fucking bitch. What the fuck? Nah, but I mean, maybe there's demons around. Fuck it, but even then, I'm like, I know I'm protected. I'm fine. I'm good. So, yeah, I'm chilling, dog. I mean, you guys are the ones afraid of like all these ghost shit. I'm like,
I am.
I live in this shit.
I'm so scared of everything.
I'm not really. I'm scared. I'm scared. You wanted to talk about the world ending, bro. I think before it ends, I think it'll actually just decline. Like, I'm really scared that in the United States, I think we've peaked and we can only go down from here. And I think life's gonna get worse. Like the dollar is gonna go less far, and people's lives are getting harder.
Yep.
That's what I think is happening. That's what I'm scared of, and I think that might lead to more fucked up shit happening. I don't know if the aliens would come in maybe when we're about to set up the nukes, because I think possibly that the Nazis and were influenced by aliens or some shit.
I was gonna say, like, you ever seen this? No, you guys never seen this anime, but there's an anime called Devilman Crybaby. Basically, like, the story is that like it was like people called demons, but actually get possessed by demons. Not be-
Oh shit!
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Keep going. No,
Okay, so,
actually,
like-
I remember I wanted to talk about earlier.
what? Okay, I mean, no, just bring it up. No, go ahead.
Psychedelics.
Psychedelics?
I would say, who's done it?
I've never done them.
No.
No.
You didn't?
Nope.
Okay. That's also a time when I'm like, I don't know. I think I rationalize it by saying, like, obviously maybe it's something in myself, like some part of my brain that I don't understand or some shit like that. But when you do those, you definitely feel like if you do enough or strong enough ones, that you've, like, something has spoken to you.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like when I've done psychedelics, that's the closest thing to almost like an alien experience. And if you look at all the things in history where people thought they might have been talking to, like, you know, they go like, oh, ancient aliens, like the ancient Mayans thought they were talking to aliens, and they drew aliens and shit. Well, they used to like do fucking a bunch of psychedelics. They did ayahuasca, and they used to do that. And there was like this fucking tower in Mexico where they fucking like in like 480 or some shit like that, they killed like 20,000 people in a day, like on top of this hill. But it was built so like they could do like mass sacrifices. So it was like built so that way they could like kill you and like roll you down the hill, and they would just do that all day. And then everybody was just tripping on ayahuasca, and they thought like the blood god was like telling them to do it while they were on it. That's literally like that's what we know, like historically what they did. They killed like 20,000 people.
Jesus fuck.
So do you think like there was something there that like they all said like they would see it and shit like that? You know what I mean? And I feel like when I've done DMT one time. I did DMT in Tucson when I was in college at like with all these like anarchist hippie people, and I'd never done a psychedelic before that. After that, I've tried everything else. Nothing was as crazy as DMT. Other things just make you trip out, but like DMT, like you go to like another world for like 5 minutes. Like I don't need you check out, bro. Like it's like as soon as I did it, like they say you blast off. I thought I was gonna feel like I was shooting out of a cannon. Yeah. But I just remember I was just like inhaling, and then all of a sudden it was like this guy was like when you're doing it, you have to reach like a threshold of like how, because if you only smoke a little bit, you get like something for like a little, like 20 seconds. You'll be like, oh shit, it got kind of wavy and shit. But if you like go far enough, you just like go crazy. Jesus. I fucking kept going and like pulling on this thing, and everybody was like, whoa man, he's smoking a lot, because I didn't know what it was gonna be like. Yeah. And then the guy was like, take another hit, and I remember heard it was like, take another hit. And I was like, oh shit. And I was like and I click and win again, and then all of a sudden, I thought I was gonna blast off, and it was just like I fold into like a million little pieces of paper, and then like I don't know how to explain everything, but I telling you, I can't even describe the experience, but I like definitely like interacted with something because I came out of that shit and I felt like I knew shit. I was like, bro, I got new knowledge now from doing the DMT. But like, I can see how like a lot of people do think that do it. They're like, yeah, I think there's like other beings or shit, and we can talk to them that way or some shit. I think that might be true in the fact like, you know how like, you've probably heard this analogy, but like, could you ask the question like, is a bug smarter? Know that I'm smarter than it. Like it can see that I'm up over right here, but it can't even like understand like what I am or anything like that. Like it's literally just that like such a lower life form level.
Yeah.
Like maybe the aliens are like so higher than us that they're like go between dimensions and shit like that.
Jesus fuck, dude. That's a great.
I mean,
like with what psychedelics, I like probably will never do in my lifetime actually, because like
I want to do acid again soon.
You want to do acid?
Yeah, I feel like I haven't done it in a long time. I went through a while where like I did it too much for a second in college, and then it was like, okay, this is just becoming like I'm just fucking around. But like it is really like there's a bunch more shit. I think you'll actually start seeing a bunch more shit if weed gets legalized about it. Because I saw it trending on Twitter the other day how they're saying they're gonna start funding more studies and possibly giving people mushrooms for like depression and shit like that. Because because there's studies and shit that have proven like literally, but a lot of people feel they have religious experiences on it, but their lives are better for it. Like people that also people that are getting in rehab. A lot of people they do with different ones. There's like I think it's in South Africa. There's like a research company that's been doing that with DMT, and you can like a lot of people try to sign up to get into the program to be like a test subject because like they have like a super high like effectiveness rate of people that try it and they just never want to do heroin or whatever it is again. You know, so I think and there's also that for therapy and MDMA, a lot of stuff's Molly, like using that in therapy. They say that's super effective too because it helps people forgive themselves.
Really?
Damn, maybe I do gotta try because I've heard that like you go into like a whole experience with yourself.
I think I'd rather if I could only choose to ever like I feel like you can abuse Molly.
Okay, look, every little sound is like freaking
that's just
me
some
out.
shit my fucking sink does. It's actually broken. Like there's guys that have come over here and tried to fix this shit. Like it's, I wish it was haunted. Like it's not. Like, but fucking yeah, Molly is underrated because I think it became too much of a party thing, which I think is cool. But like Molly's super like, I don't know. I feel like it you know I think it can improve your life if you use it. Like positively, I guess.
I don't know. I met this guy once at a concert, and he was like high off Molly and like punched a girl in the face because he
you can do bad shit on it. I'm not saying that like if people do Molly, they won't. I've heard that people do all sorts of crazy shit, but I mean, used responsibly or some shit. I think it's dope.
Well, I already told you
I've
like
seen a lot of people do crazy shit off alcohol, and I'm totally drinking.
Yeah,
like, you know.
That's fair.
I mean, for me, that's why like I already told you like weed already makes me paranoid high. You know.
Yeah.
So,
no,
like,
there's no reason you have to do drugs, bro.
Yeah,
Don't
no.
let me convince you to do drugs.
No, I know that, but like that's why like, but some people like just because there's always that person that's like, no, you gotta do it, you gotta fucking do it. I'm like, bro, like I'm just letting you know, like I get paranoid off of fucking weed, like and like just like a puff
Because
too.
I'm the same way.
Yeah.
That's why I told you like a couple weeks ago was the first time I smoked weed in years. It was the first time like I don't know what kind of weed I was smoking like back in the day, but I was also the same. I get paranoid like every single time. Last time I was great. Fell asleep.
No, I get
so
paranoid
good.
sometimes when I get too high. That's usually the sign that I've been getting high too much, I feel like, to myself. Because when I get, like, super paranoid, and then I'll either think I'm, like, I get, like, really self-conscious, like, think I'm, like, oh, I'm probably being annoying, I'm probably pissing everybody off. And then I also start thinking, like, crazy shit, like what if we got invaded right now? I go down these crazy-ass things where, like, I'm like, bro, I need to get more guns and shit like that.
What's
like,
good,
randomly, I'll be freaking out about shit like that. Oh, who's in there?
Bimmer
Hey, what's
Garage.
up, Bimmer? I didn't even have mine. I haven't had my phone this whole time. I could have been looking at the. Oh, I got this.
You
But
can stand
yeah,
up.
like with overall drugs in general, I'm just like I'm good. Like I'm fine. Like I'm okay. Like I'm not even straight as like I am okay being sober for like most of the day. You know.
Drugs
Yeah.
scare me.
When I was younger, I used to drink way more and shit and just always be fucked up. It's just a way to waste your time.
Yeah.
You can't be drunk all the time, bro.
But with this whole psychedelic
You
shit,
can
like,
be high all the time though. That's different.
yeah, and then people can function like that, and they function like I'm not gonna judge either. But
Fahad said we're
psychedelics.
not live no more, but he's full of shit.
What?
People are in there. You said right?
Wait, what's up?
Hey, if you're in the chat, sound off because Fahad said our live went down.
What? When?
I'm checking it.
It's still on. What the fuck? I'm like the laptop's really right here.
Fahad's a fucking liar, bro.
Why are you lying?
Why the fuck you lying?
I called him a liar in the chat.
Can you post a song in the chat?
Pluto got reinstated as a
You
planet.
should post that song.
I'm talking about old ass shit, bro. Pluto's over, bro. We're over on aliens.
Pluto is still alive.
I don't really feel like.
Pluto's alive.
I feel like we're gonna honor Pluto, but bro, like the kids like being born now.
Yeah,
gonna-
it's sad.
Bro, they're gonna be on some crazy shit. Bro.
You know,
I think they're gonna be cool.
Wait, okay. I thought this was so wild. My little sister doesn't know who Mr. Rogers is.
How old is she?
She's 20.
She
Or
doesn't
no,
know
she's
Mr.
turning
She's
20.
20?
Damn. I never watched Mr. Rogers though. I just knew about him from memes.
But you know who that is, right?
Yeah.
No,
Wait, from memes? You didn't watch Mr. Rogers?
No, I watched it. I'm 21.
Yeah, I'm 27.
I didn't watch Mr. Rogers.
Okay, but at least
I
you
watched
know
kid
who he
shit,
is.
but I knew who he was though.
Yeah,
for sure.
our little sister doesn't know who Mr. Rogers is.
I thought making fun
That's
of him was
wild
funny and
to
shit. Like, I had a shirt that showed Mr. Rogers in Sesame Street and said it's all good in the hood.
Yeah.
It was cool.
Nah, the fuck, that's so weird. Anyways, but yeah, that's why I never try psychedelics because I'm just like, nah, I feel like I'll trip out too hard on that shit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But maybe, I don't know, maybe someday. Like,
I don't know. I feel like psychedelics, like, I feel like that's helpful for you to do, like, you can abuse it by, like, fucking around all the time because it's just like, well, you're not doing anything. You're just tripping out. But I like to do it, like, once a year.
one thing I do want to try is,
Like, find yourself real quick and be
yeah.
like, oh, shit, I've been being stupid lately. I should do this. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it makes you confront yourself.
I do want to try ecstasy though, because I'm a fucking,
Ecstasy is Molly.
It is?
Yeah, ecstasy
Oh.
is basically Molly with, like, other shit in it, maybe.
Oh, okay.
That's basically what it is.
Yeah, because I'm like, cause I just heard like sex is really good with that shit. I'm like, damn, like
It is, but you can, I don't know, my part with it, a lot of people are different. Some people say they can never get a boner. I can just never not.
you just never not.
No,
Bet.
it's just like, and it can never end, but it's enjoyable the whole time.
Bet.
It is cool. Molly's dope as fuck. Molly is dope as fuck. It's like, especially to do with like, I don't like to go to like raves and shit like that. I like to just like roll with people that I'm like close with and maybe do something or stay home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, so yeah, no, rolling is fucking dope. I haven't rolled in like a couple years. I want to do it again.
Nice.
I've been thinking about it a lot lately.
Bimmer said, remember that show Unsolved Mystery? That song and the dude's voice would creep me the fuck out. I never seen Unsolved Mysteries.
Bro, I know what he's talking about.
Netflix
Isn't
remade
that
it,
the
but
one where the guy came in the jacket and he was like, update? You know what I'm talking
I
about?
don't know. I never seen it, so I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry, dude.
Oh, man, did you guys ever see Fear Factor? Or not Fear
Yeah.
Factor, Scare Tactics. Did you ever see Scare Tactics?
I heard of
No.
it. I
Oh,
would
that
not
one's
watch
funny as
anything
fuck.
like that.
I kind of want to do that sometimes.
You ever seen Lost Tapes?
No, what's that?
It was basically, I think it was like Discovery Channel. I think they did that, but like, yeah, they were kind of do like their own paranormal activity type of thing. You know how like make the, you know, there's a format to it called. It's like I think it's called like Lost Videotape or something like that. Basically, like you know, the subject is like zombies or demons or whatever, like chupacabra. Like you can put like your typical, you know, Bigfoot video, and they're like dudes either go camping or like some kind of, and they make it look like it's like security camera or dude like holding the phone recording. Like, oh, dude, run away, bro.
Bro, fuck that. Bro,
Yeah.
I've been thinking more about this trip to Jerome. I still want to do it, though, for the clout and the views. I don't even know if we'll get that many, but we should go. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
We gotta get, like, don't they get, like, an electronic, like, conductor that can, like, detect when there's, like, electronic activity, and they're like, yo, that means there maybe is a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
And we gotta, like, record the sound, and then later you can, like, hear shit in it or something.
Yeah.
Wait, you're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
be a Ghostbuster?
Yeah,
That's
it's
what
called
That's what you're saying?
It's
No, I'm gonna be the guy that's
Yeah.
like, it's not real, and
Yeah.
then, like, it comes, and I'm like, ah!
It's called a spirit box. That's what it's called. It's like staticky, but then like you hear like in the static, you can hear the voices a little bit. Like you're talking about.
I've never even heard of that. It's called Spirit
Yeah.
Box.
Yeah, that's what they
I've
call
seen
it.
that show or whatever show they do that on.
Mm.
That's fucking crazy. We
Yeah,
need to get
Ghost
one of
Adventures.
those. Can you rent one at the photo store?
I think they're pretty like easy to get. Oh, you know what's another thing crazy? The Ghost Adventure guys, they use like the Kinect, you know, like that webcam thing for your Xbox. Remember like the Kinect when
Yeah, what do they use it for?
they use it to like detect the ghost, to detect like motion, shit like that. And like you can see
That
on like
doesn't spell good for the console war, bro. I don't know
No-
shit that's associated.
no, but like that was like Xbox 360 though, so like this doesn't matter. Like they still use that shit. But yeah, that's what they use. They like use a Kinect and like just connect it to like a TV or like a camera, and they'll just put like at a countertop and then they'll see like a figure and like they'll even see like they catch out the limbs and everything. Like it'll be like a lot clearer. So I don't know. That's of course like one of my favorite shows, but yeah, that's the coolest shit ever.
Bro, who do you think All right, I'm revisiting an old topic, but okay. Who do you think, if the aliens are real and people know about it, who probably knows? Do you think billionaires know? Does Bill Gates know about the aliens?
Yeah,
I was gonna say Bill Gates.
Bill Gates and Elon Musk too, probably.
Elon Musk knows the aliens.
Yeah.
Do you think Trump knows them, or they know Trump? They gotta tell Trump, right?
Trump isn't.
But I'm pretty sure he forgot about it.
No, come on.
Yeah.
He would not forget about the aliens. I'd be afraid that like he maybe would like say some shit under certain circumstances.
Or maybe he already knew this whole time because he's been a billionaire for like how long?
Yeah, but he hasn't been a billionaire like that though.
True.
He's not like a Jeff Bezos billionaire. He's like he's inflated his net worth to like $5 billion, but people are pretty sure it's more like 2.5. And it's all inherited. It used to be bigger.
Do you think any Hollywood celebrities know? Because a lot of people like to connect like Hollywood with like government and like
I think
conspiracy
that,
theory shit.
A lot of I kind of do actually.
Yeah.
I definitely think like aliens, the government, and like just like people of power, like famous people and shit like that. Like just like people like that, where all our energy is like focused and shit like that. Like other levels of people, like CEOs of big companies and I don't know, fucking people that are famous for all sorts of reasons. Yeah, I think so. I think like a lot of people that have been famous have talked about. Bro, I saw a thing where I think a lot of people in Hollywood are secretly Satan worshipers.
Yeah,
yeah,
I think
like
that
I've seen like some stuff about that too, where like every music video has some sort of like Easter egg.
Oh no, if you like look back, I remember.
I think they have to sacrifice someone to get in. I think that's the secret. That's what I think it is. I think that they're Satan worshipers and they agree that like, oh yeah, they do this shit to keep themselves famous and shit like that. And I bet you they do fucked up shit. I don't believe in like Satan's up here doing shit for them. Like I just don't think it works that way. I think aliens is possible, like scientifically. Yeah. That's why I still grapple with the ghost thing. I haven't experienced ghosts and shit like that, but that makes more sense to me than there's a devil. Like you know what I mean? Like there's an evil man with horns and he comes up and he does. You know what I mean? But so to get in, you gotta kill somebody else, and that's why I think. I think YNW Melly he might have said because he killed his friend. I think that's what you got to do. I think you got to kill someone like your friend or a family member or some shit.
Well, I ain't gonna do that shit.
Kind of like how have you heard they do that in the Russian fucking special forces? They make you raise a puppy, and then at the end of training, you have to kill it.
What?
Yeah. It's like when you start training, they give you this puppy, and the puppy trains with you and shit like that.
Do they know that they have to kill it?
No, that's how at the end, they're like, all right, now you're like a fucking killer. Like, you can't like feel bad about anything.
Damn.
You kill that fucking puppy.
Damn, what the fuck?
Like, to get their badge, they have to kill their puppy.
That would make me so sad.
Yeah. And what happens if they don't?
I mean, you don't get to be in the Spetsnaz.
Do you get to keep the puppy?
Fuck. Yeah, if you can keep the puppy, if you can keep the puppy, I'll be like, fuck it.
What if they just killed the puppy for you so it was worthless?
Shit. Or like, what they get kill the puppy in front of you?
I got an idea for a movie. It's this guy goes through Spetsnaz training, but at the end when they tell him to kill his puppy, he actually kills everybody else.
Jesus fuck.
And saves the puppies.
Yeah, it just becomes John Wick.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
wait. I was gonna say, so you don't believe in like the devil, but you believe in like ghosts and aliens.
I wouldn't say. I'm just trying not to discredit your guys' ghost beliefs and not seem like a dick.
I mean,
I'm not sure I believe in ghosts. I haven't experienced it. I'm kind of like respectful of it. I don't want to experience it. I'll let it be a mystery because I feel like if that's the next most possible thing. Aliens, I'm like pretty positive. I think, you know what else is possibly positive? That there is like a Loch Ness monster or some shit like that, and it's actually like a dinosaur that never died or some shit.
You know, we've only like discovered 5% of the ocean.
Bro, have you seen this thing about the bloop? Wait, have you guys ever heard of the bloop?
No.
It's the shit I found. Do you ever look on Wikipedia? Like if you ever get high or you're just bored and you just start reading Wikipedia pages and then you learn a bunch of random shit? Am I the only one that does that?
No. I think that's just you, bro.
I do that all the time. I look at
Wikipedia
Wikipedia pages all the time. There's this thing. It was called the bloop. And it's like the loudest recorded sound event ever. Like you can play it and it's like it's so loud and so low in like frequency that we like can't really hear it. But sound is okay. I'm trying to make this important. Sound is actually not like a fifth sense. It's an extension of the sense of feeling. Mm-hmm. So you just have a really sensitive thing that feels the airwaves and like lowers like frequencies are just like a speed at which something does something to sound like something in your ear. So its frequency is so low that you can't even like distinguish that like something's happening, but they speed it up at 32 times and it sounds like this giant bloop. And they think that the thing that made that sound is like 5 times larger than a blue whale or some shit like that. But they don't know like anything because came from deep in the Marianas Trench and there's not like other thing that could have happened that did it. So it's like a mystery what made the bloop sound.
That's fucking crazy.
Do you think mermaids exist?
I saw a video the other day that was like what mermaid, like this person was like dressed like a realistic mermaid, and the person behind him had him swimming, and I was like, that would be crazy.
I think they exist.
On this planet?
Yeah.
Where are they at?
I don't know.
Have you guys seen that video of like that one fish? It was like in somewhere like in icebergs or whatever the fuck, and basically like there's a fish just like standing on like a little ice rock, and like you know how like we theory like you know evolution is theoretical, you know, but like that's basically like seeing it in the video, like he's just standing there like breathing air.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh shit, humans too, bro. Yeah. That's it.
I think they exist.
I don't know. I couldn't say I believed in mermaids.
I do.
What about?
I'm not sure. I have to like see some evidence. That's it. I gotta see some shit to believe it.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure. I remember I saw when they did the SpaceX launch out here, and I didn't know they were doing a SpaceX launch, and I for sure thought I was watching a UFO right then.
Oh, yeah, that whole like weird.
Yeah, I was driving on the freeway, and I was looking at it happen, bro. That shit did not like. Even if that was SpaceX, I was pretty impressed with SpaceX. I'm like, that looked like some Star Wars shit. It moved in weird ways. It was like it moved, and then went like did a like did a thing like that. Like I was like, oh fuck. They went hyperspeed, like, and there was like this giant nebula around it that was changing colors. It was it was beautiful. Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is? I was like, how does that make the ship launch better? You know what I mean? Like, why does it change nebulas? So like, I don't know, bro. That was wild. I remember I did see that. And you know what happened? I called Fanny up. I'm like, you won't believe what I'm fucking looking at right now. I'm like filming it on Snapchat. I'm like, I'm trying to drive, but this is crazy. I usually would never film some shit like that, but I had to. Because I was like, bro, I'm for real seeing aliens right now. And I was telling her. And all she had to talk about was like, you didn't believe me when I said I saw a UFO. And she's going in on me for that shit. And I'm like, you don't understand what I'm seeing right now. This is like 10 times whatever the fuck your story was. This shit's lame. But my shit was real, though. Yeah. But it wasn't an alien. It was SpaceX. They were launching out of Luke Air Force Base.
Damn. Jesus fuck.
My shit was bullshit.
Do you want hear any more ghost stuff from me, or?
Do you have more ghost shit?
Yeah, low key.
All right, hold on. Give me these ghost stories.
Okay, all right. So this one, like, I in the county, I never even talked about the counties. First of all, so you don't know
the counties of Yuma, Arizona.
Yeah.
So Yuma's got like 120,000 people. It's really like 3 or 4 blocks of like dense city, and then after that, there's just like random suburbs and shit like that. And fucking the counties is what it sounds like. So it's like area. There might be like little plugs of like little neighborhoods and shit like that, but it's mostly like fields and shit like that. Yeah. So people always be having like parties will always be in the counties and shit like that.
Yeah, a lot of farm owners, a lot of like.
Because everybody that lives out there is rich and they have like big ass land. So people will be like, oh, my friend lives in the counties, and you know you're gonna go out there. The cops won't be out there and shit. It's not like a city and shit. Yeah. But I don't know, bro. I've ran away from parties at night in the counties and like ran through like cornfields or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah. Orchards.
I didn't think anything happened, but it was creepy.
Yeah, no, dark as fuck. There's definitely like a creepy vibe in the middle of the night, and it's for a reason, cause like, bro, so my house on the county, so like my house is weird. My house is like freshly built, and when I moved over there, and like the house was like the last house to be ever built at that time, cause I've been to that neighborhood before, and like there's some new houses there, but like my house is like the last house built in the area, and there's all these lines of houses. But mine's like the very end. So like it's just one last house and there's an open field around me. Like just hella open field. And in front of the house too is also like a big ass orchard too. And next to it slightly there's a
beer. Does anybody want anything?
I'm good.
Can I have the White Claw?
Yeah.
I think that's one of my things. You're the best.
I'm listening to your story, Scrappy.
All right. And then like, so yeah, like there's always that. And I remember like I just as a kid, like me and my homies go into the orchards. We'd like steal the oranges and shit. Sometimes too, like the dudes, like all this open field, like dudes with like some kind of company or whatever, like put like herds of sheep in the back, and they're like, oh, like, you know, like motherfuckers just block off our backyard. That's cool, you know. But even then, like we didn't even go outside that much, like as kids, or like at that time, because like just soccer and shit. It was fucking hot. But I remember late at night, I was playing video games because like I was just like really into gaming at that shit, and like I remember the game too.
Fuck? Hold up.
What?
This spider right here.
Where?
I can't stand spiders. This can't continue.
Wait, there's a spider?
Where?
It's really small. Don't make air movements because he might flap.
Yeah, exactly, because I can't see him.
Just stay still. I got this.
Oh, now I see him. There he is.
Yeah, you see him?
Yep. I thought you were like pointing over there.
Wait, he's in the air?
He's right there. Damn, motherfucker, demons are out here after me today, huh?
We got spiders and demons and ghosts. It's a full night.
Anyways.
Teach you to fucking exist in my house. Oh, I hate
Pugs are the worst.
I love
can't.
animals. I'm like an animal. Like
Same,
I always try to. I get like self-conscious because guys are mean to each other about like you can't do anything as a guy, bro. Like you like people like
bro.
Your friends will be like, oh, you're a fucking fag, bro, because you like put fruit on your pancakes. You know what I mean? You can't do anything.
No, that's
And so,
true.
like, if you're like,
That's
oh,
true.
look at the puppy,
Bro.
bro, you're a fucking bitch. Why'd you say that? Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, and then and I'll complain about it. Me and Scrappy both complain about it, but low key, every guy kind of does that. You see your friend do some shit that's just like getting in touch with his feminine side, and you're like, no, we gotta squash that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
No,
but we bully each other. But anyways, fucking yeah, I like am such a like wuss for anything about animals. If anything about animals getting hurt, I don't like watching those commercials where they like show like a dog with like a pencil in his face, and it's like a lady singing like "Song of an Angel."
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, give money right now. to save this
Sarah
dog.
McLachlan.
Yeah.
In the arms of an angel. Yeah, that one.
Fucking can't.
I don't know, like I like fruity drinks, so like every time I go to the bar, I'm like Coke and rum, you know, and then but like real talk, I'm like, yo, cranberry and fucking vodka, please. You know? All right. Anyway, so about these ghost stories. So as I was playing video games late at night, bro, I was hearing screams, but it wasn't like I was hearing screams like out into the orchards, and it wasn't like a woman scream. It sounded like something else. Like it really was.
Like a banshee?
What?
Like a banshee?
Are there banshees in counties? There's
I don't know,
hyenas
bro.
for
I
sure.
thought a banshee was just a ghost that was Irish.
No, a banshee is like a screaming woman. Like a really
I don't know.
I don't know.
But it didn't like. It sounded like a monkey actually, but like.
The fuck, a monkey
What?
ghost?
Yeah, monkey ghost. Monkey ghost. But no, like
Animal ghosts, they
that-
exist.
Like from Pirates of the Caribbean, the one that fucking swim around.
and so shit like that would happen late at night a lot. Also like just random noises. But I remember one time too. And again, my house is the last house out in the open. Sometimes my brothers are fucking assholes for this, but this kind of like bit them in the ass. So one time, like they would always just knock on my door or knock on my window because again my window is like the one towards the open field, so like I can see shit that happens. And so there's always bang on my window middle, and I'm like, oh fuck, what's going on? And I'm a kid, and like, oh, leave me alone, and like, bitch. And I'm like, fuck. So like one night it happened again, but this time it happened on their windows too. And I went in their room, I was like, yo, like, I was like, fucking stop, leave me alone, dude. And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, did you hear the knocking? He's like, what knocking? I'm like, and like it happens again. He's like, and like we all just looked at each other in the room, and I'm like. She's like, who's fucking me? Or like, who's here in the house? I'm like, is mom and dad asleep? They're like, no, they wouldn't do this shit to us. And that was crazy. And then like one time, and like during that night too, I remember we all had the same kind of nightmare. Like we all had a zombie apocalypse nightmare, pretty much. Like we're all in like different settings too. Like I remember like I was in the woods. My brother, one of my brothers said he was in the city. The other one said he was like on a road trip, and there's like people chasing him and shit like that.
Wait, on the same night?
Yeah, same night. We all woke up the next morning like, yo, did you guys have a nightmare? And like, yeah, what was yours? Like, it was zombie apocalypse. So what the like, yeah, mine too. And yeah, so like that's what happened one time.
That's scary.
Yeah.
That's fucking weird. That shit's fucking crazy.
That's crazy. That's scary.
I don't know, bro. We were talking about dreams the other time, Deeth. I feel like that can make sense that dreams are like a gateway to supernatural shit, but my dreams are fucking stupid. My dreams aren't even cool. Like, my dreams are just like, I'm just like I'll just be doing dumb shit. Like, I had this whole dream one time that we were all like Call of Duty or some shit like that.
Yeah.
And we were getting through these levels. That part was sick, but then like I had to like log into this phone to like get something. But then the phone was like this big and the screen was this small, and then like the rest of my room was just me like struggling with it. And it was like the stupidest, longest shit. Like, I literally will have dreams like that.
Wait, have you guys ever had sleep paralysis?
No,
Yeah.
I don't want to experience that ever.
I have it so bad. Like I haven't had it recently, but like mine are really bad, and I always have the same dream, where I'm like asleep in my bed, and I see that I'm like asleep in my bed, and I live alone, so I have the same dream where like someone has broken into my house, and they're going through my shit, and I can't move, I can't scream, I can't say anything. And, like, I can feel them, like, slowly creeping up, like, towards my bed. And, like, they're, like, behind my back. And now I'm, like, not going to go to sleep tonight. I can't. Just thinking
I'm
about
sorry.
it. It's, like, that is the scariest thing
My
I've
friend
ever
David
experienced.
used to have night terrors like that. Like, he would have, like, he, like wouldn't come to school the next day because he got freaked out because, like, he had a dream that, like, this lady was on, like, he felt this feeling like someone was at the foot of his bed, like, banging on it like this. And then he looked up and it was an old lady like grabbed his face and went like, ah!
Jesus fuck.
And then he like tried to push her off.
Oh.
And she turned into like mush and he woke up.
Big Junk said that Kush cipher was dope and sipping hella stuck on my head.
Hey, shout outs Baked Junts. Thank you for that, my man. Hey, appreciate it. And we're gonna have some more shit coming out soon. If you ain't peep it yet, check out EK's new album. It's in our description if you're looking for some new music, bro. But we got some new shit coming soon. Appreciate you showing love for that.
We're like at an hour and almost 10 minutes.
How much longer you want to go?
Yeah, it's like an hour and a half for sure.
You want to go for an hour and a half?
Yeah.
I was about to say I feel good right now. I opened up a new beer.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
I'm full.
Bet. All right, we can go for a little longer.
Yeah,
like
that's
maybe
like
even
20
not like an hour
minutes.
45. But another story I had too in the counties. You know where Cocoa Pie is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
The
like
casino?
Yeah, the casino.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like
The one that's after that little bridge?
yeah.
Yeah.
So like
That shit's old and fucked up.
it is.
Yeah.
I haven't been there in a minute, so like I haven't.
You never were 21 there, huh? So you never
Yeah.
went inside? Yeah.
I remember my
That's
grand.
trash. You gotta go
yeah.
to the, what's the other one called?
Another casino.
There's the Q, and then there's another one. The Q's nice, and then there's another one up there that they had the fights at, and they have concerts at sometimes. Has Wild Rivers at it.
Oh, I know. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I
What
can't
is it
remember the name.
called?
I can't remember the name.
I used to love Cocoa Pie when I was a kid because out there they were saying Cocoa Puff. My mom would get mad and be like, it's Cocoa Pie. And I'm like, Cocoa Puff Casino. I was just singing the shit. You know the song I'm talking about.
So one time, like every 4th of July, you know, because like where my house is at, like you can see a lot of things going on. Like so in the distance, I could see like the Cocoa Pie fireworks going off on 4th of July, and so like we didn't have to go to the hassle of like going to the drive-in section, you know, like all those fucking parking lots and shit like that. Oh, and the air show too. The air show is fucking dope. So like I got to see the air show from like where I lived, and so on 4th of July, like me and my cousin were just like we were looking at the fireworks going off, and we were alone too. Like for some reason, like my parents or no one in the house like wanted to just see them. And so there's inside, and we just watched them together. And then like we was watching them go off, and they were pretty fucking loud. But then like this one weird time, dude, it was so fucking weird. It's like there was just a big ass like white flash, and a weird noise. It didn't sound like a fucking like a firework either. Like it sounded like a fucking laser beam or like
What
a
was
teleporter. Like no, dude, literally it was just like a white flash. Like
And everybody saw it?
yeah, well only me and my cousin saw it
Oh.
because we were the only ones outside. Everyone else was just inside.
Have you ever had lightning strike in front of you?
No.
When I was a kid, we went to Disney World and we stayed at some hotel in Florida for like one night, and fucking they had like some super bad thunderstorm. Apparently they're the thunderstorm capital of the country. Like, cause in the morning all the lights went out there because I was talking to my girlfriend on the phone because I was like in high school and fucking like there was like a lot of rain and thunder, but it was whatever. But it was kind of getting. I was like, damn, it is really loud and shit. And then one struck like in front of us at the hotel, like I don't know, like 100 feet or something from me. It was so fucking bright, so fucking. It was like.
Did
Like,
it break your eardrums?
No, but it was loud as shit, and it was so heavily like low, and like it was so bright, like you couldn't see shit. Like for a second, like I was like, oh shit, and I was so scared. I was like, what the fuck was that? Like, but then I looked up, nothing happened. I felt like the place got blown up. I really thought like, I don't know, like a missile hit the building or some shit. Like I was like, what the fuck? Like I thought something blew up, but like something hit like a power thing, and then like the power came on like 3 minutes later, and then they put a thing in our hotel room in the morning saying just like no one's getting refunded. We're sorry, it's not our fault. But like, this is the thunderstorm capital of the world. We got the power back up. We have backup generators to always prepare for this because it happens a couple times a year. If you experienced it, you know, blah blah blah. Basically, but
Basically, sucks to suck. You're not getting your money back.
yeah, but no one wanted their money back. I think that's why they had to do it. You got to acknowledge that that shit happened. Like you might have experienced power go out last night. We were actually real ones and had a generator. If you're at Travelodge, they didn't have that shit. I think that's felt like kind of like what they were more saying. Which I was like, damn, that's real. They had the power back up quick. So. But anyways, yeah, thunder's fucking loud as shit. That was my whole story.
It didn't sound like thunder to me. It literally sounded like a fucking teleport. Like literally some sci-fi sound effects.
Teleport?
Yeah, like it was just high pitched and like quick, but like loud as fuck. Everything flashed white too. So like me and my cousin were just like, "Yo, did you see that?" Like I looked at her, I was like, "Did you see that shit?" And she's like, "Yeah." And then we just fucking ran inside because we were like 12 at that time too.
Damn.
Yeah, damn, bro.
Yeah.
Fucking, I remember one time, I've never seen anything that was like, I don't know how, I guess this is not incriminating. I'm like, can I say this? But like, I've never seen anything that like, I thought like something paranormal just happened around me or anything. I have been around, I was like, I've told you, I think you all know, I used to be a firefighter for a little bit. I went one time to a thing where this guy, I think the dad was lying and he just killed his daughter. But like the police were just covered, like so, like most of the time you're just doing like medical calls. So like, but like someone they called us and we're going in thinking it's a code, meaning like there's a difference between being like fucking dead and being like just freshly died, maybe like savable.
Yeah.
Because you can resuscitate people.
Yeah.
So like every minute, like you're like after 2 minutes of death, irreversible brain damage. You know what I mean? Like so every second, like it's really getting worse and worse. The idea that you're gonna come back. But so like when you go and you pull up on a dead person, you're always like super go because they might not be that dead, and then you're like, we're gonna be going all sorts of shit. We're gonna be putting drugs in them, doing all this shit. But if you pull up and they got like rigor mortis, like they start looking fucked up and they're all stiff. Like what you do is you grab their jaw, and if they like a person that's still alive will be like, but a person that's dead will like that, and you're like, oh shit, okay, they got rigors. Is what you'd say. So you'd be like, okay, he's dead as fuck. Like, so, because your heart is actually still moving a little bit when you die. Your heart is still like going like for like a second, kind of trying to turn back on. But so, anyways, we pulled up to this shit, and I don't remember exactly what it was. I just remember we were all talking about it, and that's like not normal. Like when we got back in, because it was like. I knew that the police kind of thought the same shit because immediately at the scene they sent a detective. Which anytime you're somewhere there's a detective, like something super fucked up happened, like someone just died, or they think someone's like molesting somebody or some shit like that, like something super heavy. Like they only deal with fucked up shit. So like when like the dad was saying, like it looked like she had like it would look like it was made that she took like these pills and killed herself. Right, and he had no way of knowing about it, but like I don't remember what it was, but there was like condensation on the mirror, and that like really like and I remember the captain actually told the detective real quick, and that Captain School, he's just like, hey, there's condensation on the mirror. It's like the shower just got turned off, and it was something like I don't remember what it was, but because like a story said like it wasn't on or some shit, and it was like she was like it was clear that like. I don't know, bro. I don't remember exactly how it went because I feel like I kind of almost shut up because I try not to think about shit like that. But I was like, bro, I feel like that guy, like,
might have done it.
Yeah. Because I never felt nothing weird being around like dead people or dying people. I never felt like, oh, now they're haunting me or anything. Like that, or anything's in the air. I feel like other people like attributed that to you, and that would be the weird shit. Like people would be watching you resuscitate someone and being like, and everybody's like, I'm like, don't fucking just go somewhere else. What are you doing there? Like, you know what I mean? You think I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm tired. You want to jump in? Like, you know what I mean? Like, so, yeah. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be around after knowing what they're doing. Like, there's no reason to see. Like, so.
Jesus fuck. I know that's fucking.
Have you ever seen a dead person?
No, never.
Are you afraid to?
Loki, yes. I mean, actually, technically, I've seen it, but that was like my grandpa's grave. You know, like.
You saw his body though?
Yeah, I saw his
body.
body.
That's seeing a dead person.
Okay.
I feel like that is like you saw a person that was like no longer alive, no soul left. Like they're just like fucking corpse.
Yeah, but like I think I would freak out a lot if like you know like the suitcase shit, like if you saw like dead body parts in there, like or someone like shot in the head. I've seen videos like that.
I seen someone get shot in the head, bro.
Yeah.
I seen someone that shot themselves in the head.
Jesus.
And their brains dripped out like a stalactite and dried, and it was like a hardened blood fucking like pool thing.
Jesus.
Yeah, that shit was. I felt bad for it. It was like an old guy and his wife found him. I felt bad for her.
Jesus Christ.
Damn.
She was holding it up pretty good.
She was holding it up.
The only time I'd ever be sad is if it was kids.
Yeah.
If it was kids, that made me sad. But everything else, I'm like, I don't know. Even like a young person would be sad too. Because my viewpoint is like, I don't know. Once you're old, it's like, bro, you lived your life.
Yeah, you lived your life. Unless you lived a life of regret too, like something. You
well,
don't know.
even like 45 would be sad because it's like he's probably like someone's dad. Like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But once you're like old enough to where it's like it's only grandkids from here, some shit like that. It's like not that sad, bro. Like,
That's fair.
Like I don't know. That's just how I feel. Like there's no like he was taken from us too soon. You know what I mean? So like. I don't know. You can't like grapple with people die every day. Like you know what I mean? Like you can't.
Life.
Yeah, everybody dies. Like no one doesn't die. So you can't be that sad for old people. You can't be like they didn't do everything. Like bro, he's fucking. You know?
Yeah.
So
I don't know. I've only seen like videos of people dying pretty much. Like I remember like this one politician too. Like I'm pretty sure you might know what I'm talking about. But, like this one politician was
have
like
you
literally
killed an animal? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
What? I killed an animal. Yeah, I killed an animal.
What'd you kill?
Wait, what?
A little gopher and a bunny
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Why'd you kill the bunny?
for food.
You hunting it?
Yeah, I
Did
was
you shoot it with a
hunting
gun?
Yeah.
What'd you kill the gopher with?
A little pellet gun too.
Okay.
It was like
I only killed a bird.
Really?
Yeah,
Wait.
I killed like 3 dirt. I killed 3. I went to
Oh.
hunt.
Oh yeah, with Fod.
No, I didn't go with him. I want to go with him.
Isn't he going? I think he's going.
If he's going and he didn't invite me again, well, no, I think he goes like someone else invites him.
I do
So
want to
can't,
go
like,
deer
but
hunting.
can we just do our own duck hunting? I'm like, I did it once. It wasn't hard. You just walk around with guns.
I want to go dove hunting.
Yeah, it's cool as fuck. You literally just walk around with guns and birds flying there, and you just go, pow, 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 pow. And you don't have to aim that good because the shotgun has like a spread, and like only one of the little BBs needs to hit him.
What's the kind of shooting where they throw a disc in there? I want to do that.
Yeah, that sounds fun too. I've got a shotgun. It's like a 12 gauge. I can fit like 3 shells in it, but like.
Okay. All right. Come on.
That was.
Oh.
And it acknowledged it.
Oh. All right. Well,
Can
I mean,
okay.
so hard to creep you out even more. You know what I've been seeing lately?
No. What?
I've been seeing. You know, I've been seeing 666 a lot. Like rent.
What?
Yeah, I've been tweeting about it. Have you not been like? All right.
I thought you were fucking around,
so
bro.
No,
You
I'm-
said
turn
I'm
that
being-
off.
I'm
Like,
being-
unplug it. I can't. I'm like dying.
No, like I'm being
Oh my
serious.
God.
Like, I've
Did
been.
you guys see what the fuck just happened?
All right.
That was kind of stressful.
That was my
Hey,
heart.
what's good, Deep State?
My heart is racing.
Oh man, me too.
We just had to turn that light off, bro. We've been suspecting that was some ghost shit this
Cool.
whole time. I felt like turning it off made it leave somehow. I feel like a whole shit just washed over us. Look at me. I'm like, I don't believe in this shit. And then I'm like,
Right.
bro.
Anyways.
That's the other. See, that'll make me religious a little bit too if I ever get
light
creeped
my
out.
Jesus candle. when I
Yeah,
get
because I'm
home.
not like that religious at all. And it's like, I don't even think like I
Neither
get
am
mad.
I, but like I like believe in some shit.
I believe in some shit. That's why like my dad gets pretty religious, but I feel like he's like not he's not like he's gotten more religious as I've gotten older.
Yeah.
Like he always says like, oh, when your mom dies, I'm gonna become a deacon or some shit like that and stuff like that. If I was still alive and shit like that now.
That's cute.
Yeah, he's like really like he's got and he was never like that before. So like I don't want to like offend him by being like, I mean. I don't get how it's like you can just be like it had to be Jesus. There's like better accounts of like different other savior figures in history and shit like that. But and then it's like there's also a lot of shit that's obviously not true. But it's like the basic ideas and principles like make sense if you listen to everything Jesus said on the Sermon on the Mount. You know what I mean? Like that's actually a good like anybody could live by that.
Yeah.
And that's how like that's he's almost like a philosopher like Buddha or some
like
shit.
morals and values, basically.
Right. Jesus was hanging out with like prostitutes and like
Yeah.
poor people and shit like that. Do you think the aliens knew Jesus?
What if Jesus wasn't?
What if
alien?
angels are aliens?
Bro,
What if
no,
angels are
probably. No, no.
Bro, that's
I mean,
real
no.
shit.
If you do look back at like the whole old paintings like that, like I forgot which one it is, but
Yo, they have wings.
there are like UFOs in the background
Think
because
about
someone
it,
painted
bro.
it.
And Jesus was fucking. They like what in vitro fucking did Mary. The aliens did it, and the aliens are God basically. And they're interdimensional. Because have you ever
fuck.
seen like the drawings of like biblical aliens, or I'm sorry, biblical angels?
No.
They're like we draw them like a guy with wings. It looks
Yeah.
beautiful and shit like that. But like biblical angels are like a figure with like 6 eyes and like horns.
Yeah, and like
shit
weird
like
out
that.
wings and shit.
Yeah,
Like,
they look freaky as fuck.
yeah.
And like those old like medieval paintings and shit of them are freaky as fuck. I don't know, bro. I feel like some shit like that's possible. And I don't know. I feel like the aliens and I feel like certain like empires or whatever you want to call them, like groups of like that led civilization. I think the Nazis for sure had alien contact.
Yeah.
There's a lot of shit that the Nazis wrote about, like trying to communicate with aliens and like deals they made with aliens and shit like that they found.
Really?
I'm not even shitting you. Yeah, people don't know. There's like not evidence, but like I think it's true. I think it's true that like a lot of the people that killed a lot of people did it because I think the Mayans knew aliens too, maybe from those drugs and shit, and were like, because they killed like 20,000 people in a day. And sure, or I think I'm making that number up, bro. I think it's something crazier than that. To be honest with you,
Yeah, I don't
It
feel
ended up-
like you can like just be okay with killing that many people without.
bro,
like,
you creating energy if you just kill like because like when they talk about the I almost call it the apocalypse, the
That's
Holocaust.
good, Franklin.
How many people died in the Holocaust? Wasn't it like 20 million or some shit?
Yeah, something in the millions. For
It's
sure.
something crazy, like
Yeah.
in the millions. And if you really think about, like, it's like 200,000 people have died from COVID. That's like the population of Tempe, like a little bit less than the population of Tempe. Which Tempe is like a couple blocks. It's dense, but it's just a couple blocks. You know what I mean? And then they say like 5 million people died in the Holocaust, and that's the biggest genocide. There's been other ones that have had like 2.3 million, like the Armenian one, the Rwandan
Isn't there one
one.
going on right now?
Yeah, I think there was one in Pakistan. I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, China's doing
Yeah,
their own
there was
Yeah, in
little-
China.
They're
Yeah,
doing.
there's one. There's one. China's done like 6 or 7, bro.
Really?
Like, yeah, and Japan and like every other Asian country hates Japan because in like antiquity, Japan genocided like every single one of them because they were dominant because they ate fish and had fucking steel. Like, so they were like bigger people and shit like that. And they would fuck them up, and then no one could get to them on their island because they were the most seafaring, because they built the best ships, because they were always they like had infinite load time. Like no one could get to them. Damn. So like every like Asian culture like hates Japan. Like they think they're so fucking great. Like that because of that shit.
Damn. Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
I mean, shit. Japan is on its own shit, bro. I mean.
Japan, honestly, if you adjust for per capita, like if Japan had the same amount of people than the U.S., they'd be better than us.
Yeah.
Like they're like better than us per capita in like every conceivable way.
That's why I kind of want to move since, because I'm like, bro, their culture there's like, I fuck with it.
Tokyo looks cool as fuck. It's so beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Tokyo does look beautiful.
Seeing just Mount Fuji in the background all the time would be just like sick.
Because usually I'm a nature guy, but I'm like, you know what? I don't mind living in the city if it was like in
I
Tokyo.
thought Mount Fuji, just looking at that, I'm like, damn, so everybody in the city is always just looking at the same mountain. It always has the same little crevices and curves and shit like that. And then, like everybody's looking at it, and it's like so like part of it, like it would become like part of who you were to always have that as your background. I was like, damn. I thought about that the other day because I saw it, and I was like, bro, I always see it in animes, and it doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why is there that big ass mountain that always looks like that? And I'm like, oh, in real life in Tokyo.
Yeah, like it's
Mount
actually
Fuji's
there.
like a
Yeah.
thing. Yeah.
Mount Fuji's a thing.
But yeah, I've been seeing.
Do you know what it looks like?
No.
It looks crazy. When you see it, you'll be like, oh, that thing. I'm gonna show you Mount Fuji right now.
Oh, but like, I don't want to scare you off with the whole 666 thing, like, because.
But you've been seeing it everywhere.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on. Speaking of 666, have you heard that there's this like there's this thing at Chick-fil-A where if your order equals 666. Oh yeah, that thing. Oh, that looks like
It looks like a pastry or something.
It looks like the Paramount. Is it the Paramount Mountain?
No, that's a different one. That's like, I don't know, a different mountain.
But so if you go to Chick-fil-A and your order equals 666, they'll round it up a penny or round it down a penny. They will never. They'll never take 666.
I worked at
I mean, it's like a thing that I heard on TikTok or something.
I worked at a restaurant once, and a guy's bill came out to 666. I was an old guy, and he's like, "You got to charge me for something else." He's like, "I can't do it." Ever since then, I said if that happens to me, I would do the same thing just to avoid it, but it's never happened.
Yeah, that's bad
let me
energy.
pull up the whole.
I've seen a lot of people whose numbers end up with 666. I'm like, how can you take that home?
My Call of Duty username thing.
Isn't
Because you know how it's like it's Flako and then there's like a number after it.
I've noticed that. I remember.
Yeah.
Isn't there a movie? This just like this is like in the back of my memory, but isn't there there's this movie where this girl gets 666 all the time, and every time she gets it, something bad happens. So she was like, I remember the one scene I remember is that she was pregnant, and she was like driving with her boyfriend or whatever, and they stopped at Walmart. Her boyfriend's sitting in the car. She went to Walmart to get some like supplies or something. She, went through the cash register and everything. Her order was 666. She saw it, and then she like ran out, like without all her shit. She ran out to go find her boyfriend. Her boyfriend had left her.
Damn.
And then she had to like stay in Walmart. Oh fuck! I have to like figure out what this movie is. This is like in the very back of my brain.
Bro,
and
you know
then,
what movie fuck shit up for me?
What?
Final Destination.
Yo, dude, every time I drive behind a truck.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't.
Even if it has like, I see like plumber trucks with those tubes, and I'm like, that should be illegal.
Yeah, I'm
like
nah,
you know
fuck
what I mean?
that, you gotta close that off, please.
Right. I'm like, no, there's no way.
Or carnivals too.
Carnival. I still go on the ride.
Carnivals and the tanning bed too. That's why I'll never go get a tan, bro.
Yeah, that freaked me out. Yeah, the tanning beds were crazy.
Yeah.
I still go on rides and shit though.
True.
I saw that. Did you guys see that video the other day? That kid that got stuck in the kite and he flew up in the air.
Yes.
No.
Yeah,
That was like, what
like,
the
there was a
fuck?
kite, and he was like holding on to like a piece of fabric attached to the kite.
He got
was
like wrapped up
strong
in his leg
and
to
he was
it.
like flying and like.
Is
like
he okay?
30
though?
feet
Yeah,
in
he,
the air.
like,
Okay,
like he eventually got low enough to where like everyone like jumped up and grabbed him and like.
That's good. But it's because like I've been seeing this post a lot, like the angelic numbers and like what these numbers mean if they repeat themselves. So I've been seeing 222, 333, and 666 a lot. Mostly 666 though. But
What does it mean? What does it say?
It says reflect. It's time to wake up for your higher spiritual truth. I'm like, I can see that. Like, I'm not down, but I'm like, I'm
What does
definitely.
777 mean?
Look, wonderful things are about to happen. Have you been seeing
I'm
that a
wearing
lot?
sevens right now, so that's all I wanted to know.
Okay.
If you said some fucked up shit, I would have taken
Battery
it off.
exhausted. It says battery exhausted. Okay, we've been going on for too long. It's okay. I'm gonna just like switch it over to this camera. Sorry.
It's all right. We'll start closing out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and then 222 means alignment. You are at the right place at the right time. 333 means support. Spiritual guide or your spiritual guides you. Spiritual guides are around you, sending you love, support, and guidance. So I'm like, that's why I'm not really afraid of it. I'm not really afraid of the number 666 because I'm just like it. They means to wake up. It means to just go back to do your own shit. So that's why I'm not like, oh, that's just the universe or God or whatever the fuck. Just tell me, just like start doing your shit now.
Or ghost.
Or ghost.
Or an alien.
Either that, because I mean, like I mean, like this year for sure for me, like I definitely do feel like something's surrounding me, you know, good or bad, you know, like something like what's been happening, like maybe like shit's been going on and like this shit is like too coincidental, you know, like one bad thing after another, you know, right. And I'm just like, dude, like something's trying to tell me something, you know, so I'm like trying to find the meaning to it. I've been doing tarot card readings. I've been going to like, I'm not trying to fuck with the horoscope shit, but I'm trying to find out like,
bro, if you're really trying that much shit,
yeah,
if you're serious,
do psychedelics.
What?
Do psychedelics?
Yeah, actually, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, no, I
like seriously, I don't want to tell you to do drugs, but honestly, if you're like searching for something, you should, because you're gonna see shit. Like, bro,
this
you're
is
gonna
here now.
Like,
Grip is telling me to do drugs, everybody.
I did, bro. You should do acid.
Maybe, yeah.
Do acid if
All
you do
right.
anything, because mushrooms will fuck your stomach up. I think a lot of people will go to mushrooms first because they're like, oh, it's natural. But honestly, acid is like more like common and studied. Like more people than everybody in the 60s did acid, bro. They're all fine, bro. They're all rich now. They're yuppies.
They're yuppies.
Yeah.
They're
So
Joe
like,
Rogans. That's what they are.
Yeah, exactly. So just do some acid. Do like 1 or 2 tabs of acid, and then like I know you don't smoke weed, but like smoke weed when you do the acid.
Definitely want to move out because like my parents are so they kicked out my brothers for that shit. So like I'm trying to like be really.
Come over here if I do some acid. Hey, me and a friend that you know. I don't know. He'll be weird about me saying it, but you and I both you know him as well. Wanted to do the acid.
Bet.
So and he was like, low key, we should do it. So I'm like, all right, I'm gonna try to get my hands on some.
Bet.
I just like to do it and listen to music, watch music videos, and then just like trip out and look at the ceiling while I'm listening to music. And then you'll see like fucking crazy ass shit, and you'll be like thinking about shit and getting thought loops where you like realize shit about yourself. You'll be like, holy shit, I'm totally doing that for other people's approval, and I should just do what I want, or you know what I mean? Like,
it just opens up your brain.
Yeah, exactly.
Like lets you think about like what you are trying to. Not
like
think
when people do it too much, like
just
for the
kidding,
wrong
I've never
reasons.
done drugs. So.
Right. Yeah, sorry, officer, I don't do drugs. Whoever's watching this, look at the camera here. Like, no, like you can abuse it. Like there's kids that just do it just to, like, I'm just trying to get out of school and fuck around and do a drug because you gave it to me. You know what I mean? And you can just like wig out and be stupid, but like it's definitely like, I don't know. That's why they're doing all those studies and shit, bro. It like helps people. So like if you're really like searching for something, if you feel like something's missing, and
I don't think
you're
something.
trying
I think something's like trying to tell
trying
me
to
something.
talk to you.
Yeah, definitely trying to talk to me. You know.
If you take that shit, bro, I mean, where would you feel more comfortable? Like at your house or like in nature or anything?
I think it would be probably alone in my house for sure.
Yeah, so like, well, you can't be at your house because your parents. So you could do it.
That's
over
why
here.
I'm like waiting until I move out and like definitely. Yeah.
Well, I was saying like do it with some friends or some shit like that. The people that you're comfortable with that won't fuck with you. Even if your friends are like, oh, I'm gonna try to scare you and shit like that.
Oh no, because like that would definitely like make me fucked up. Because I remember actually one of my podcast guests.
The biggest thing is setting, bro. If you get like an environment where like you're not comfortable and you do acid, you like exacerbate everything, and you'll like freak the fuck out and like not know. Like I have a friend, I won't name him either. He did. Not acid, a guy. That's the biggest thing with acid, bro. People will lie and tell you some shit's acid. If someone gives you acid and they tell you not to swallow it, and they tell you got to keep it under your tongue or some shit, and then spit it out after like 10 minutes, that's not acid. It's this other shit that like you can overdose on. Acid, you can't overdose. Acid, it's impossible. You would just get high as fucking freak out, like to where you become just like fucking like that if you take too much.
Jesus.
But you won't die. You won't stop breathing. Nothing weird like
so
that.
if someone gives you something and they say it's acid, if they say not to swallow it, then it's not acid.
Right. Acid will work if you swallow it just fine.
Bet.
Dope. Good to know.
And acid shouldn't have a flavor. It shouldn't taste bad. This shit'll taste like metallic. Angel and his friends. Oh shit.
Yeah, Angel Cabrera. No, I'm kidding. No, not that Angel.
Yeah,
I'm
there's so
kidding.
many angels that it actually doesn't matter that I said his name.
So, yeah.
We'll call him Angel. He fucking like he did that shit and fucking his friend did it and he wanted to go get out of the room to get water because he couldn't figure out how to make the sink work. And he said he was seeing like 6 versions of himself in the fucking mirror and shit.
That's one thing I've heard. Like you're not supposed to look
in
yourself in the mirror.
He ran downstairs and he went to a store and he was trying to buy a drink and he didn't know how to buy it. And he started crying at the cash register and shit. And he like stole the drink. He like just ran out because he's like, I don't know how to pay you. And he said some cops pulled up and then they started like interrogating him and shit. And then he said like they were like he thought he ran far away and he was like right in front of the store and shit. And then the fucking police were like, what did you take? And he's like, I don't know. I smoked weed because that's legal here, right? Because it was in Washington.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, they're like, you need to start telling us the truth. And he's like, I just don't want to be in trouble. And he's like, well, you're already in trouble, so you fucking better start talking now. And then he freaked out and tried to run away, and they fucking tased him. But he was like on drugs, so he kept like, he said he got stuck in like a thought loop. Like, he just kept getting tased like infinitely. Like, who was like, he just kept getting up and they kept tasing him again and again and again. And then he said he like passed out, like he doesn't remember anything. And we woke up, he was in the hospital. All his muscles felt like jelly. He said, like,
Jesus.
he could like squeeze his leg and feel his bone and shit like that.
Oh, what the fuck?
And he thought like he was freaked out. He was like sweating and shit because he's like, oh shit. Like he thought like he like couldn't lift his legs up and shit. And he thought he like was like fucked up now. Like he thought he was gonna be like that, and he thought he was going to jail. And he's like, I'm gonna go to jail and everyone's gonna fuck with me because I can't do anything.
Jesus Christ.
He was so freaked the fuck out. And then at the end of all of it, the police dropped all the charges on him because the cops fucked him up too much. And then he was fine. Like I think he was like malnourished. They said the drugs did it to him. They said they tested him for drugs, and he like came up like half positive for like one weird ass type of drug. So they didn't know. They said they thought he did PCP, but after figuring out, he told me the story of what the drugs were that he did. It was definitely the shit called N-bomb, NBOME. People call it N-bomb. It's like fake acid basically that you can OD on, and it's like it does way more shit than what acid does. I actually tried it once. It was fun, but it makes you feel like how it feels if you roll really hard. I don't know if you guys know what that's like, but after you do a lot of Molly, like you'll feel like really exhausted. It was like that times 10.
Damn. So you done a lot of drugs, huh? Like just basically a lot in your lifetime?
I've done everything except for meth and heroin, and I actually think I did meth once on accident. I think someone lied to me. I'm pretty sure some shit was meth once.
Gotcha. Jesus fucking Christ.
That shit, it wasn't even, it was actually pretty cool when you were on it, but the come down is not worth it. Like afterwards, I felt like retarded for like 2 days. like I couldn't like put words together. Like I would like start talking and then I just
On
like,
meth?
after I was done on the meth.
Okay.
When you were on the meth, you feel smart as fuck. I was like feeling like I was just like felt like I could do whatever I like set my mind to. Like
I heard, and I listened to a podcast, and I heard they were talking about like fetishes, and basically I heard that there's like a fetish where basically, I guess like sex on meth is like really really good.
Yeah, the thing is you like it anything like on it, like any amphetamine drug, and meth is like the strongest per like square inch. You know what I mean? Like pound for pound, meth is like makes like you can have sex forever, and it like never stops feeling it. Like I don't know, because coke does the same shit and all the other stuff. But yeah, it's like gay people are actually especially into that.
Yeah.
Specifically gay men.
Yeah.
Like that's specifically I think a man with sex thing too. Like some women are into it, but it's mostly gay men. Like,
Yeah, I've heard. I think I don't know. I think the fetish is like it's called like.
I think just men are more sexual than women, because like lesbian women where there's no man involved, like it's not the same as like how fucking crazy. Like there's way much more gay porn. Yeah. There's more of a demand for it, and gay men are like, let's do meth so we can fuck longer and for more, and like fuck for 4 days and shit like that.
Joe Exotic type shit.
Yeah. Yeah, real shit. So like I don't know, bro. Yeah. No, meth is pretty. I don't know. I did the people. They told me it was Molly. The person and then the person that sold it to me later told me that the person that sold it to them said it wasn't Molly, but they didn't say what it was. Basically, but I took it, and I was like, "This Molly makes me feel weird." Like, and I just felt retarded afterwards. And I was like, "That Molly sucked." I wasn't even happy. I was just like on. You know what I mean?
Being drugged.
And it made my mouth feel numb.
I've been drugged before.
You've been drugged?
Yeah.
With what?
I've got roofied before.
What the fuck? What was that like?
It was not fun. Not fun. Because I was at a bar. So I went to, I remember it was like a hockey game that I was playing. And I went to a bar by myself because I just wanted to watch the game. And it was the bartender that roofied me.
What
the bartender roofied you?
Yeah.
How do you know he roofied you?
Because I know, I mean, even back then, I drink all the time. Especially back then when I was bartending, I would drink every night. So I know myself when I'm drunk.
Right.
I know how it feels when I'm drunk. I remember I had I was only on 3 Coronas. So I know I wasn't drunk.
So like, could you like taste
drunk.
like a certain beer?
No. I didn't know when it happened. I realized it the next day because I blacked out, and I don't black out after 3 beers. All I remember is so it was 3 beers and a shot because he was like, hey, he was trying to be friendly. Oh, okay. This is the other thing that happened. We realized that we lived in the same apartment complex.
What?
So after we found that out, he gave me a shot. I was like, all right, cool. Took the shot. And when I took the shot, I remember like the restaurant being full. And then the next thing I remember is the restaurant was empty and he was trying to like get me in his car to like drive me home. He was like, oh, you're fucked up. Like,
did you get in?
No, I like got scared. Actually, I got scared when I got in my car and I started driving. And thankfully, I hit a curb and I had to pull over. And I remember I hit a curb, I pulled over, and I had to call Fahad. And he came and like saved me. He like came and I called him and he like came and picked me up and like took me home. And
Did that guy, was that like guy like hanging around after that, or you just booked it?
I booked it. I remember got in my car as fast as I could and I like it was not
you came back to your senses right
yeah.
then.
And then the next morning,
I don't know. I gotta be honest. I'm glad you said, because I was afraid this story was gonna be like, damn, dude, what if I?
No. Yeah, big bro.
Yeah, that's fucking
came to
scary
save
because
me.
I don't even have to think about shit. I mean, hopefully, I mean, I guess I should.
It is possible for guys. I've heard stories.
Yeah, actually,
I actually have a friend that did it, or I have a friend that got roofied too. Like, and he was a guy. He was with his girlfriend. Same thing. I'm pretty sure it was a bartender, or he said it was a bartender. That.
What if the guy intended to roofie his girlfriend instead?
When you were a bartender,
he
did you ever
both
see?
Of them.
Oh shit!
Did you ever see anybody that you think might have roofied someone?
No, because I did like restaurant bartending, so it doesn't really happen a whole lot.
Yeah, no one's like eating a lobster. And
yeah. So
and
like,
the bartender's like, I'll bring them home. Don't worry.
No, yeah.
Like rubbing their hands together.
Yeah, it's usually like at clubs and shit.
Yeah, it's at clubs and stuff.
I usually think of it as at like parties and shit, like people guys.
Parties. I thought no, I thought for a second I got like roofied at a party, but then I was like, nah, I was young and I had too many rum and cokes.
I don't know. I feel like I've met. I know I have a friend that got roofied, and I know I have another friend who's a girl who like another girl got roofied like 2 weeks before, and I feel like she just got drunk and was jealous and said she got roofied. Yeah. But like I couldn't say that because I was gonna seem like a dick. Yeah. But I'm like, she's like making us throw a party for her for being roofied, basically, like by inviting everybody over to see her because she's sad the next day and like made a Facebook event. Like,
wait, she threw a party because she got roofied, or she said she got roofied.
But that's what I'm calling it.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was
party.
like that. Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm like, I don't know. I felt like, because you just said like you thought you did, but you're not really sure.
That was when I was like 21 and I just started drinking.
Right, but this is the same age that I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah.
I was like in college and just got old enough to
do
it.
When I actually got roofied, I think it was like a couple years ago, 3 years ago.
Where was it? What bar was it at? Can you say it?
I don't want to say it.
You don't want. I mean, like
it was okay. Well, actually, I know he doesn't work there. Okay, that's another story. Okay, it was at Arcadia Tavern, and he doesn't work there anymore. And I know this because I went to another bar, and he was a bartender there again. And this is the part that freaked me out. Like I'm a bartender. I don't remember every single encounter I have ever had.
No, fuck no.
But this guy, after 3 or 4 years. He saw me, I changed my hair color almost every year. He saw me, recognized me, knew exactly what we were talking about, knew exactly why I was at the bar, knew exactly what I went to go watch. Like he recognized me in an instant, and exactly what happened 4 years ago. That's how I knew for sure that like
it was him.
It was not just like, and especially because like I've been blacked out way too many times. I know exactly what it feels like to be
That's
blacked
why
out.
I stopped drinking so much when I finally did. And I was like, because once I turned 21, I hit hard and I was just drinking all the time, like 4 or 5 times a week, often all day. And I started having a lot of times where like, not only would I start getting hangovers, that's not really what started getting me. I started doing shit and I didn't remember it. And people were like, you did this. Yeah. And I was like, no, I didn't. And then like, everybody's like, bro, you fucking jumped on the table and called her a bitch and then like kicked over a thing and then we had to take you home and then you were doing this and then you fucking yelled at the taxi driver and then we were all embarrassed. Like, and I'm like, are you fucking with me? You know what I mean? Yeah. So then you start getting like, that's what made me really stop drinking.
I mean, I've never been a drinker to be honest, because I already told you like my brother's been an alcoholic. So I'm like, I mean, I'm not entirely sure that I'm like him, because when I get drunk, I'm usually happy. I'm usually like, oh, I fucking love you, dude, you know? But as of lately, because I just like haven't been drinking, because I'm like
changed though, because when I first pulled up to the first Scrappy Flako episode, you had beers there, just waiting.
True, but it's because I started gaining weight too, and like now that I got like a flat stomach, I'm like keeping this.
Oh yeah, that was gonna say. That's why I brought White Claws.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like, I'm keeping this shit, bro. Like, I'm glad that my flat stomach's back now. I can build back up to like get my ass back and shit.
I feel that.
So, thank you for the White Claws.
Yeah, no sweat. Were you ready to sign off, bro?
Yeah, I mean, like, we're at 145 now. I mean,
Oh yeah, let's we
yeah.
cut it off.
yeah, that's it. But yeah, thank you guys for coming through.
Yeah, you caught the verdict, right? Aliens are real. Ghosts are probably real. What else was real?
I should do drugs. I should do acid.
Scrappy should do acid. It's the only way.
Demons are around me or some shit. Light was flickering the whole time.
Light was flickering, yo.
The light flickering part was pretty fucking.
That's how
cool.
you know it's real.
When we turned off the light, I felt like it got like warm right here for a while, and it like swept over me from this.
I feel
end.
better.
Well, these lights do that. I remember during the podcast, like, this shit would
I
like,
felt like the light was like pulling over that like demon, and then it like,
boom,
like,
it was gone.
like that was like a magnet. And we just
Doesn't
turned it off,
exist.
and it like sucked back.
Fuck you, bitch.
Why? Stop
And it was
flipping
cold.
off the ghost, man.
Because you know what? I'm getting protected by angels and shit, and they love me.
Nah,
and
I want
love them.
Scrappy to piss off the ghosts. I don't want them to like make them happy, because then they'll stay. Then they get mad and they try to switch him back.
No. They will leave when he's not being a dick.
But but that's the thing. Like, I'm
Don't
always.
flip him off.
All right, fine. I won't do anything. I'm sorry. God, just leave me alone. I'm trying to pay my shit off.
Scrappy, and you do what you feel is best.
I will, dog.
That's what I say.
Wait. Thank you guys for coming through. This is the second episode of Muy Chingón. Yeah, the camera's off. I'm sorry. You have to like go into
Oh.
this
We
one.
didn't even talk about Twitter. Twitter is about to be like the thing with this shit.
What?
So when we get Twitter, follow us there. But we don't have a Twitter for you to
Yeah,
go
we
to.
don't have it yet, but we will.
Bet.
Everything's gonna
TBD.
be, like for each episode, we gotta like read all the hashtag Muy Chingón or some shit like
Bet.
that.
Yeah.
We gotta do something with that.
For sure. But anyways, thank you guys for coming through. Appreciate you guys. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share it. And also check out it's on Spotify now, right?
It's on Spotify and
Bet.
it's on Apple Podcasts.
So yeah, go on. I think was it anchor.fm/Muy Chingón, right? Should
I think so.
that show
It'll be linked in the description.
for sure.
It'll
But
be
yeah,
linked in the description.
y'all have yourself a goddamn good one. Peace out. Be safe out there. All right, love you. Bye.
Bye,
Peace.
friends.
Wait, no, not yet. Okay. Oh, bitch, fucking hoe. I'm gonna just put it at that because we don't have an end screen yet.